in a postseason format, that's what your ace is supposed to do, and he certainly gave his team a chance to win. And it feels good when you have both sides clicking at the same time.
Yeah, no question about it. Kern, in his 9 innings for the Mountaineers, threw 129 pitches, and that was after he threw 127 against Kansas the previous Thursday. He struck out 9, gave up 8 hits, but only 3 runs in the West Virginia win. And pitching comes at a premium in the tournament. West Virginia has the advantage, of course, getting the first round bye as the 1 seed. So you didn't have to waste any pitching on Wednesday, unlike Cincinnati, who had to throw Nathan Taylor on Wednesday to obviously get them the first one that they were looking for. But you didn't go to the bullpen once for West Virginia. Jack Hartsonis is the starter here in this semifinal. You kind of need him because Gavin Van Kempen and Carson Estridge have a question mark around their availability. But that's huge going forward because now you've got an entire bullpen that you can use and they're rested.
It's a fresh bullpen, but I like the move to bump Jack up to today because he's throwing the ball really well. Arizona really didn't see him, and I know we haven't played Arizona since late March, so it's been quite some time, and that's one of those series that you kind of start and say, man, I hope we get a chance to play Arizona again because it was a tough series. We lost at Kendrick Family Ballpark, a marathon game of 16 innings. Saw a lot of good plays, good hits, really good pitching that entire series. Jack's going to have his hands full. This Arizona team is really built like a pro-style ball club. They can hit, they can pitch, they can field. If you're going to win this Big 12 tournament, the last top 4 seeds, whatever team comes out on the ends are going to earn it.
West Virginia's 41-13 coming into this game. 41 victories, the first time that West Virginia baseball has been able to reach that total, and it comes in the first year for head coach Steve Sabins. Arizona Wildcats picked up a 37th victory on the season with their 4-1 win over BYU. Yesterday, they're 37-18 overall. They will start Raul Guerrazar. He's a senior with a 2.45 ERA, making his 6th start in his 19th overall appearance. Similar to Cartsonis, where the starts are low, but the numbers are really good. Opponents are hitting just .210 against him. He's allowed 17 runs in 47 2/3 on only 37 hits. He strikes out guys a decent bit, but doesn't walk anybody.
We saw Guerrazar in Morgantown briefly, just for a couple of innings, not a whole lot. But just like everybody else on this Arizona staff, it's hard throwing right-handers. Usually got a cutter, a slider, a changeup, but it's really not their starting pitchers. I mean, they got 3 guys out of the bullpen that are really dangerous. Pluta, Hicks. I mean, there's a couple of other ones, so it's one of those. When they go to the bullpen, it's usually not a good thing because they got a lot of firepower back there. These Mountaineer hitters are going to have to be dialed in today.
All right, what does the win total and a win in Arlington mean to head coach Steve Sabins and to play in a semifinal? We'll find out with our interview with the head coach when we come back. It's West Virginia baseball from the Big 12 tournament in Arlington. Our pregame continues after this on the Mountaineer Sports Network.
It's Casey Bowling here, your 2006 WVU Baseball Team MVP. I'm president of Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agency. Erie Insurance is on our team, and with their rates and coverage, together we're a sure home run. Born and raised in West Virginia, played for West Virginia, I live and proudly run my business in West Virginia. I am a Mountaineer, and I'd be honored to have your business. Please visit us at bowlinginsurancewv.com for a no-obligation quote. Auto, home, business, and life insurance.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. You hear us say that a lot, but it's true. Wherever you may go, chances are you'll find a Par-Mar store there, offering everything you need to get you in and then back on the road as soon as possible. From gas to groceries and snacks and items for your house, we have it at Par-Mar stores. Download the app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card too. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
We bleed gold and blue. This is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
Addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please. So always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
It's the Mountaineers on deck. Time now to hear from WVU skipper Steve Sabins. With the coach, here's Andrew Caridi.
Well, talk about momentum in the game of baseball. I feel like that's in West Virginia's favor, right? So you get 41 wins, a win in Arlington. Does it feel that way to you, or is every game different?
It was awesome. We've been coming to Globe Life. This is our 4th year at this venue, and we were winless. And so to be able to come in here, set a record, program record for the most wins in program history, and do it at Globe Life, home of the Rangers in the Big 12 tournament, when the state is watching and behind us, is certainly a great feeling. And I think momentum is real in our sport. We've rattled off a 13-game win streak and a 14-game win streak, 2 of the longest win streaks in the nation. And so our team has definitely gotten hot this season, and hopefully yesterday was the start of that.
I think the Kyle West home run got you guys going because you hadn't had a hit up to that point. Kyle, who had kind of carried you through this dry spell, I suppose. And as soon as that happened, that's when the offense started to click a little bit. Do you feel like that was a turning point?
There's no doubt. Griffin Kern shoving and Kyle West hitting a ball 114 that got out of the ballpark in a hurry. This place is really hard to hit for power, so his swing was certainly a statement.
Did you see he got stuck between the seats? It didn't move. It landed and got stuck. I don't know if you...
I saw that. It looked like it vaporized a seat, like it melted a chair and just stuck there.
Griffin Kern, complete game. You know, I feel like pitching comes at a premium for the tournament, so to get 9 innings and not even have to go to the bullpen when 2 wins can separate you from a championship may be the story of the tournament.
I agree. You give the ball to the most consistent, best starter that we've had all season, and he just got better every inning, and he wanted the ball and had a really long outing, and that's what he was recruited here to do, and that's what he's always wanted. We've really worked on building him up throughout the season with his pitch count, so we felt like he was ready, and normally when Griffin Kern's in the game, regardless of situation, he's your best option. So we were really excited about what he did.
You know that Cincinnati, it's favorable, I guess, so to speak, as left-handed pitchers against them. What made Kern so effective, and what made Cincinnati struggle with lefties?
I don't know. I think every hitter, has certain weaknesses, and just the facts are that left-handed pitching has been more successful against Cincinnati over the course of the season. Part of that has to do that their offense is built on the run game, so they're really good at stealing bases. If you steal bases off a left-handed pitcher, you have to go off a first move at first base, and so there's less read and skill. It's more risk-oriented, and so if you decide to run on first move and a lefty picks over to first base, you're out. So essentially you're flipping quarters over there when you decide to steal. So they have over 100 stolen bases on the season and only 18 against left-handed pitching. So that starts to stymie their offense a little bit, and then their hitters haven't been as successful driving the ball versus left.
All right, familiarity with the Wildcats. You know what they're going with. What are you scouting from them?
Good starter. He's been a reliever most of the year. He was a reliever when he faced us in Morgantown. He's up to 96 miles an hour, throws 4 different pitches for strikes. He's athletic. They got a couple superstar position players that have done really, really well. They play in a pretty big ballpark, but they have good power numbers for how big of a yard that they play in at home. And so they're just a talented team, one of the traditional powers in college baseball with as many World Series appearances as just about anybody in the country. So we look forward to playing with them. We had a nasty series against them. They won 2 of 3, but we played a 16-inning game where we certainly could have won that series. We had a lot of opportunities to do so. So I think our guys are pumped up about playing these dudes. We have Jack Kartsonis on the mound, who he's another workhorse. Him and Kern have really separated themselves as far as senior leaders that want the ball, that are really fighting for the team. So every day is a good day when Kern and Kartsonis roll out there.
Coach, appreciate you. Go get them.
Yep, thanks, Andrew.
Pre-game continues after this from Arlington, Texas, the Big 12 tournament on MSN.
Is Coke Zero Sugar? Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success. Because to us, this is home. United Bank, West Virginia's bank. Proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Member FDIC.
We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Mom, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is, this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know, but when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think, know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think, know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The first pitch is almost here. You're listening to Mountaineer Baseball at the Big 12 Baseball Championship, presented by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent.
Hussey swings into the air, right field, going back. This one is way gone. He obliterated that baseball. The West Virginia Mountaineers are Big 12 champions.
Let's head back to Globe Life Field in Arlington. Alongside Jake Weghorst, here's Andrew Caridi.
1 seed, West Virginia. 4 seed, Arizona in the Big 12 tournament semifinals. Thanks for joining us. Our time and temp brought to us by Parmar Stores. It is a calm 70 degrees here in Globe Life Field. Wind not blowing any direction because we're inside. That's the nice part. It's too hot in Arlington, and it's almost perfect in here, Wags. What do you think?
74 and sunny with a little air conditioning. Better than being 90-plus outdoors.
Yeah, well, next year we'll get that.
Plus some.
Exactly. All right, Brendan Summerhill will lead off for Arizona. He's followed by Aaron Walton, Mason White third, Adonis Guzman fourth, Maddox Michalakis fifth, sixth Garen Caulfield, seventh Andrew Kane, eighth Tommy Splain, and Easton Breifogel ninth for the Wildcats. And Jack Cartsonis is on the bump for West Virginia. We're ready to get going. Mountaineers line normally as they work against Summerhill here. Cartsonis fires the first pitch, and here is Liner. Bounced into the glove of Kresser on one hop. He'll throw to first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jack Cartsonis. That was difficult to handle for Brody Kresser as you get into the game quickly on a skipper, bouncing right in front of him. Kind of a skip and rock there for Brody Kresser to handle, but he did, and he did it with flying colors.
I'll tell you what, right out of the gate, getting 100-mile-an-hour short right at you. Kresser dialed in early, and anytime you can keep Summerhill off the bases is a good sign.
384 hitter, Brendan Summerhill with 8 stolen bases, 1 out, and nobody on for the next hitter who fouls off a bunt, Aaron Walton, 0-1. So aggressive comes out of the box for these 37-18 Arizona Wildcats. Walton Jr. batting .311. He's got 66 hits on the year. Second most on the team, only behind Mason White, who's got 71, who's on deck. I want to put him on base. 0-1 pitch from Cartsonis is low for a ball. 0-1. Angel Campos will be our home plate umpire. Doug Williams at first, John Brammer at second, and Seth Buckminster at third. Next pitch to Walton. Grounded foul, third base, and the count moves to 1-2. So Jack getting ahead here on Walton. Walton's got 18 stolen bases on the year. White, who's on deck, has 60 RBI. 4-1 win for the Wildcats yesterday against BYU. 1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3. Got him looking. Good pitch from Jack Hartsonis. And there's 2 gone.
He pumped a 93-mile-an-hour sinker and caught Walton off balance. And that's when you can keep Summerhill and Walton off. And that's the reason why Mason White has so many RBIs. You can navigate through this top 4 or 5 of Arizona's order. It's going to be a good day for the Mountaineers.
This is Mason White, the junior, batting .320, 15 doubles, 14 home runs. And here comes the first pitch to him, low for a ball from Jack Hartsonis, who's making his 7th start, 18th appearance for the Mountaineers. He's gone 55 innings, 17 runs, 47 hits, only 13 walks, and 64 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .226 against Jack. Next pitch is fouled back into the glove of Save. Count will move to 1-1 here in the top of the first. West Virginia in the all-white uniforms for today. Mountaineer script across the chest and the blue hat with the yellow brims. Arizona will be wearing the typical all-gray uniforms with the blue hats. Pretty conventional look between the both teams. Don't see
school.
Yeah. All right, Hartsonis set from the stretch. Nobody on. The 1-1 comes inside, and it's 2-1. I can't think of the last time we saw just a regular white versus gray.
It might have been late March when Arizona was in Morgantown.
Yep. Wildcats took 2 of 3 from the Mountaineers, including that 6-hour series opener. Went to 16 and ultimately it belonged to the Wildcats. Next pitch is inside. It's 3-1 now to Mason White. Final standings have Arizona at 18-12 in the Big 12. So they got the first round bye along with TCU, Kansas, and West Virginia. Coincidentally, all 4 teams that are left here in the tournament. 3-1 from Hartsonis. That's hit well to left field. West chasing it. It's in the air, and it is up, and it is gone. A solo home run with 2 outs for Mason White. He gets his 15th of the year, and the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead.
And what we've known White can hit the long ball, and boy, you go in opposite field, 400 feet. He got a ton of power. It's his second solo jack of the tournament so far.
They had one in the first inning against BYU yesterday, and Hartsonis knew it, as that one was well driven to the West Virginia bullpen out in left. It's 1-0 Wildcats here in the first. Adonis Guzman will take a next pitch low for a ball, and much like yesterday, the Mountaineers now in a 1-0 hole in the first inning. But again, I mean, if you're going to let White get his stuff, make him be solo home runs. 15th of the year for him as Guzman stands in. Next pitch from Hartsonis. Here's a liner. Past the dive of Barnett at third. It'll be a 2-out single for Adonis Guzman. 2 hits in the game now for the Wildcats.
Guzman had a couple of home runs, a couple other hits. It was a real problem for West Virginia early on in that Big 12 season, and White and Guzman already showing their power today.
Yep. All right, so Guzman, the catcher today, is on for a single here in the semifinal. Hartsonis started with the ground out to Summerhill and a strikeout to Walton now. Maddox Mikalakis, the junior infielder, will get the at-bat. First pitch. Oh, is inside, skips away from Logan Save. Guzman will take second on a ball to Mikalakis. So now another runner in scoring position for Arizona. Thought that might have hit the batter, but instead skipped away from Save. Now Hartsonis just has to focus back up here, try and take care of Mikalakis, and move on, get West Virginia and AB here in the first. So count is 1-0. Wildcats up 1-0 on the solo home run from Mason White. And the next pitch is fouled off left side. This Arizona team, an interesting case in the Big 12 Conference. I think it's a little fair to say, right?
Oh, they're really good team. I mean, they dropped a couple against some of those lower teams in the Big 12. If they didn't do that, they probably would have been at the top.
I agree with you. 1-1. Comes in just inside for a ball. Count will move to 2-1 on Maddox Mikalakis. You look at the tail end of the season for them. They lost 2 of 3 in Tucson to Utah.
Yeah. Lost 2 of 3 in Tucson against Baylor as well.
Mm-hmm. Also dropped 2 of 3 against Texas Tech. 2-1 from Jack. And here's a foul ball right side. And it'll be 2-2. Really separating them from, I think, legitimately contending for a Big 12 championship. You mentioned that series after West Virginia, as a matter of fact. They lost 2 of 3 to Baylor at home. So against the teams that are in the middle of the park or perhaps lower, you didn't take care of business at home, which is rare for a team with all the success they've had. 2 outs, 2-2 pitch on the way. Fouled off back to the screen. Count will stay 2-2.
Cartsona's trying to work inside, just hadn't found that groove on the inside corner. I like that he's still going there. You're going to have to own that inner half if you want to go deep in this ball game.
So Cartsona's giving up a solo home run here in the first. Wildcats lead at 1-0. They've got Adonis Guzman on second after the wild pitch. He's not remarkably fast. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Cartsona strikes out Mikalakis. Gives up 2 hits, 1 run in the first, but it's going to take more than 1 run to win this game. We'll get you the West Virginia lineup when we come back. Arizona 1, West Virginia 0. Big 12 semifinal tournament on MSN.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course. You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high. Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Thanks for joining us for Mountaineer Baseball from Arlington at the Big 12 Tournament. It's brought to us by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent, and by Molson Coors. Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment, choose chill. Please celebrate responsibly. Here's the batting order for West Virginia. Skylar King will lead off. He's in center field. Kyle West is in left, batting second. Jace Reinhart third in right field. Sam White, the birthday boy, DH, batting fourth. Fifth, Gavin Kelly, the second baseman. Sixth, Spencer Barnett at third. Seventh, Logan Save, the catcher. Eighth, Grant Hussey at first. And ninth, Brody Kresser, the shortstop. So it goes King, West, Reinhart, White, Kelly, Barnett, Save, Hussey, Kresser. West Virginia did not have a hit until the Kyle West home run in the fourth inning against Cincinnati yesterday in the quarterfinal matchup. But as soon as West hit that home run, that first hit of the game for West Virginia, floodgates opened a little bit, and West Virginia was able to send consecutive hitters up, which felt like, hadn't happened for a while. West Virginia sent up 11 batters in the fourth, got 5 runs, and then sent up 8 in the sixth, and then 7 in the seventh. So more of that, please. But again, that's going to be a difficult task here. You got to get your groove against Raul Garrazar, who opponents are hitting just .210 against this year.
Yeah, it's a good pitcher. He's going to be up to anywhere from 91 to 95. Going to rely on that cutter, slider, changeup, so a 4-pitch mix. And what we saw with these Arizona pitchers in late March in Morgantown is that they like to double up, even triple up on pitches if they're having success. There's some wild sequences that we saw all weekend.
All right, first pitch to King. He'll swing and foul it off hard into the seats left side. And one of the few fans here in Arlington tries to make a play. His hat falls off, moving away from that baseball. Never could be you, Wags.
I wouldn't get out of the way.
You'd wear it, but you'd wear it before you dropped your hat. Next pitch to King, outside for a ball. Skyler without particular success yesterday. Did draw 2 walks and drove in a run on a ground out in the seventh. Skyler is hitting .311 on the year. His batting average, though, has steadily declined. Third base pinch is in. Next pitch to King is inside for a ball. And that'll move the count to 2-1. Leadoff hitter Skyler King for West Virginia. Looking for a hit or a reach. 2-1. That's a low pitch, 3-1. King has not had a hit since Kansas State in the series opener back on May 9th, but has found a way to get on base and has a hitter's count now, 3-1 as the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the first for West Virginia. Next pitch, King hard hit ground ball first base, fielded though by Splain. He runs to the bag, steps on it just in time, and gets Skyler King for the out.
It's a hard hit out. You like to see that from King. Rolled over to Tad, but that's a 103-mile-an-hour ground ball. A little bit left there. It's going to get past Splain at first base.
All right, this is Kyle West now, batting second for the Mountaineers. On-base percentage of .495, batting average of .352. He's now hit 10 home runs on the year with his solo shot yesterday. Wildcats lead this game 1-0. Garazar delivers the first pitch to West, high for a ball. Well, you know what, and not to sound like we're shilling here for the Mountaineers, but that hard-hit ground ball is encouraging to see because it's been nothing but either strikeouts or daintily hit balls that we've seen. Next pitch is outside for a ball, 2-0. And there is confidence that you can derive from reaching, from loud outs. And West Virginia finally getting back on the winning track after losing 6 of their last 7 before yesterday. 2-0 pitch, West swings and misses. And it'll move to 2-1. West at the plate for West Virginia. 10-game hitting streak for the senior from Hedgesville. 2-1 pitch. High pitch for a ball, 3-1. And again, Garazar is behind in the count. West finished with 3 hits against Arizona back in Morgantown in 10 at-bats. 3-1, outside for ball 4. West will draw a walk, and you get the tying run on first. West showing great patience and will reach here for West Virginia.
I've seen a lot of off-speed from Garazar already, just the first 2 at-bats falling behind in both. I think it's one thing to note, a lot of cutters, those lefties. Boy, Reinhardt needs to bounce out of his funk. No better game than now.
Well, Jace has not hit since the series finale against Kansas State, but what a series it was a couple weeks ago for the senior from Mannington. Collected 6 hits against the Wildcats, but then has not hit since. First pitch, Reinhardt pops up, right side, coming in Summerhill. And Summerhill is on it, and he makes a sliding catch for his second out here. Jace will head back to the West Virginia dugout. It was not easy for Summerhill. There's 2 gone for West Virginia in the first.
There's not many right fielders in the Big 12 that can make that play, and he's might be one of the few with that speed. Really, that closing speed, man, that is a really good play.
All right, here's Sam White, who enjoyed the series against Arizona. Collected 5 hits in 11 at-bats. And here's the first pitch to him. He turned 21 today. It's his birthday, and it's low for a ball, 1-0. Sam hit a home run against Arizona and then injured himself celebrating. Went 1 for 1 in the finale, and then didn't see him again until the Houston series a couple weeks later. So I'm sure he's looking to get this one back. 1-0. White, ground ball, hit to the first baseman. Splains got it, steps on first, right down the line. And the Mountaineers are done here in the bottom of the first. They get a walk from Kyle West, but can't do anything with it. 1-0 Arizona, as we'll head to the second inning on MSN.
name's Casey Bowling here, your 2006 WVU Baseball Team MVP. I'm president of Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agency. Erie Insurance is on our team, and with their rates and coverage, together we're a sure home run. Born and raised in West Virginia, played for West Virginia, I live and proudly run my business in West Virginia. I am a Mountaineer, and I'd be honored to have your business. Please visit us at bowlinginsurancewv.com for a no-obligation quote. Auto, home, business, and life insurance.
A dream can begin with any play with the West Virginia Lottery. While every play can't be a winner, every play is a win for West Virginia. Since 1986, lottery proceeds have been invested in our future. More than $3.9 billion towards West Virginia education. Proceeds have helped pave the way for high school graduates to reach their higher education dreams with the Promise Scholarship. No, not every play is a winner, but every play is a win for West Virginia. Dream big, because when you play, West Virginia wins. Play in-store or online with the iPlay app.
Please play responsibly.
You're listening to live coverage of Mountaineer Baseball. Play-by-play action continues now with Andrew Caridi.
Welcome back to Arlington. Mountaineers trail 1-0 on the solo home run from Arizona's Mason White. We'll welcome you back. As West Virginia has Jack Cartsonis on the bump, looking to take care of Caulfield, Kane, and Splain. I mean, if you're down for alliterations, then Arizona is the team. With Kane and Splain coming up to bat, you've also got coaches Chip and Tripp. Chip Hale, head coach for the Wildcats. Tripp Couch, the assistant coach, as Chip Hale, long lineage of very talented coaches, a former player, NCAA champion with the Wildcats, enters his 4th season in charge. Darren Caulfield will lead off. Infield shifted slightly to the left for the Mountaineers, and the first pitch comes inside from Jack, 1-0. Mountaineer Baseball brought to us by Tri-County Plumbing. Tri-County-PC.com is where you can find them. Voted the best Mountaineer country in 2024. Pitch from Cartsonis. Here's a weakly hit ground ball. Kresser fields it in the hole, throws to first in time for the out. Barnett doing a nice job of letting that one roll past him. Feet were a little more set. Line was a little more straight from Brody Kresser, and Barnett, the sophomore, lets the senior handle it.
Yeah, you said it. That's a real good play. Barnett probably could have made that play, but with his momentum going the opposite direction of first place and knowing where Kresser's playing behind him, just a heads-up play by the sophomore.
All right, this is Andrew Kane, sophomore infielder. First pitch to him, outside for a ball. Mountaineers looking to compete for a Big 12 tournament championship tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Mountaineers have made the title game before, have never captured one. No better time to do it than first year you get an outright championship. How about it? No one would complain. 1-0 pitch to Kane, and here's a fly ball out in right field, tracking it Kelly. In shallow right, he's underneath it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 quick outs for Cartsonis and the Mountaineers.
And that's what Jack will do for you. He'll give you some length in the game, but he'll give you quick outs with that, especially that sinking fastball that he has. He's able to generate a lot of weak swings, pop flies. That's 2 really good quick outs. And this time he's playing, Andrew, was a real problem to keep off the bases in Morgantown.
All right, Splain steps up, hitting .267 on the year. First pitch to him will be a strike from Cartsonis. Wildcats with a 4-1 win yesterday against BYU after the Cougars upset Arizona State. Next pitch, and another strike picked up by Cartsonis. Splain, against West Virginia, reached every game, had a total of 4 hits, and scored 4 runs. 0-2 with 2 outs, with the bases empties outside, 1-2. Splain, a senior, is an experienced junior-laden Arizona team. 1-2 outside from Cartsonis. Splain from Los Gatos, California. Does that translate to the Cats?
Got to, right?
It's got to. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off right side. Count will stay the same. You're from Texas. I defer to you on Texas pronunciations
I haven't been to California that much.
I understand.
I thought you'd been there.
I have been there before. Been a while, I think. Base is empty, 2 strikes to Splain. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Splain, who loves hitting against West Virginia. 3rd hit given up in the game by Cartsonis. Wildcats with some more 2-out work. They had a home run from White in the first, and then a base hit from Guzman in the first. All with 2 outs. Now they get this single here from Splain.
That's a pretty good slider with 2 strikes. I mean, we've seen that with Splain many times. Just really good 2-strike hitter. Worked a ton of walks that series. Had one of the only 2 home runs.
Wildcats finished with 9 hits yesterday in the win against BYU. Relatively low-scoring game. Had 2 solo home runs off both foul poles in the first inning. Next pitch. All bouncing in and away from Save. Runner's going to take second. And Splain will end up in scoring position on the wild pitch. Second, thrown by Cartsonis today.
Yeah, typically Save does a pretty nice job at smothering those pitches. That's 2 that's got away. Yeah, when you go to that one knee as a catcher, he had his right knee down, and that's where that baseball kind of glanced to the right.
2-0, swung on and missed. Now, Wags, you look at this Arizona team and their body of work in terms of batting average, hits. Nothing really stands out to you. They've got the 10th most hits on the year. They've got the 10th best batting average. 2-1. Here is a missile hit foul, right side. And that'll be 2 strikes here to Easton Breifogel with a runner on second and 2 outs. But they just find a way to get it done, but obviously not consistently enough to finish as the Big 12 champion after winning the Pac-12 last year. 2-2. Fastball in for a ball, and it's 3-2. Home runs, they were 10th. Walks, they were actually 12 of 14. But they've taken the 1-0 lead here. 2 outs, payoff pitch on the way with a runner on second. That's fouled off. And the count will stay 3-2.
Just a well-balanced team. They're well-coached.
Yeah.
They keep their emotions in check. And, even though as a team, they're not as, off the page in the stat categories, but when you got guys that can, and they got to hit a ton of triples, they play in a big ballpark, that's where you see those numbers that are elevated.
Yep. Yeah, league high in triples. We went to that park last year for the Tucson Regional and said it makes sense now. Runner on second, and the 3-2 swung on and missed. Cartsonis struck out Breifogel. Jack gets out of a second consecutive inning with a runner on with a strikeout. He's picked up 3 in a 1-0 Arizona lead. Bottom 2 when we come back from Arlington on MSN.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Arlington for the Big 12 Tournament Semifinal between West Virginia and Arizona. Mountaineer Baseball brought to us by Jarrett Construction, right on time, right on budget. Whether it's a renovation or design build, they get the job done right. Jarrett Construction. Next hitters up for West Virginia will be Kelly, Barnett, and Save. Kyle West drew a walk in the first. White and King both had some decently well-hit ground balls to first. And now Gavin Kelly, the Big 12 freshman team member, will lead things off here.
Gavin had a good day yesterday. What interesting this would be this half inning with Logan Salve batting seventh, getting moved down the order. It'd be a really good time for Salve to get going and jump start that bottom half.
Pair of hits and 3 runs scored for Kelly yesterday. Freshman from Pittsburgh, his first and third pinch in. Here's the first pitch. It is a strike from Garazar. I'd like to get him in some trouble early, as he is a guy that's only letting opponents hit .210 against him. 0-1 pitch. That's outside for a ball, slipping out of the glove of the Arizona catcher, Adonis Guzman. Garazar has the second best ERA on the team, the 1-1. Fouled off and into the seats, 1-2. Only behind Tony Pluta, who is an all-time Wildcat. 5'9" righty junior from Palatine, Illinois. Garazar, a senior from Rio Rico, Arizona. Next pitch. Struck him out a little bit off the plate, but Kelly goes down looking. And there's one gone for the Mountaineers here in the second.
Garazar went to the fastball off the plate. Looked like from up here, generous outside corner. When you got 2 strikes,
I don't know about that one.
You got to be able to at least foul it off, go the other way, especially with Kelly. You always think guys will go the other way. They want him outside. He wants that baseball in to keep the hands inside and drive it the other way.
All right, this is Spencer Barnett. First pitch to Spence, outside for a ball, similarly located as the last pitch. It'll be 1-0. Garazar last outing against Houston went 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, which was uncharacteristic for him. Next pitch, swung on and missed by Barnett, 1-1. Again, Garazar had only walked 13 this year. Walked West today and had 10 walks before he walked those 3 against the Cougars. 1-1. Outside for a ball, 2-1. Barnett yesterday with an RBI single in the 4th. That coming off the glove of the first baseman of Cincinnati. Struck out twice, then was walked once. Next pitch, 2-1. Swing and miss, 2-2. Logan Save is on deck. Mountaineers trailing 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second. West Virginia hitting as the home team as the overall 1 seed, 2-2. Barnett fouled it back. Got the second baseman Caulfield playing in the 4-hole, 2-2. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Good take from Barnett. Now the count runs full. Spencer trying to gin up some one-out offense for the Mountaineers. Payoff pitch. Swing and miss. Barnett strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Garazar. His first 2 strikeouts of the game, Legs.
It's still utilizing that cutter. Anytime he wants to throw it, Garazar, man, looks good. Just has that tiny bit of movement. And looked like that pitch was a little up. Spence should have laid off of it. He'd have been on base.
2 outs, base is empty for Save. 280 hitter for the Mountaineers. First pitch delivered for a strike. Wildcats with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of the Mason White 2-out home run in the first. His 15th of the year. 0-1. Save up the middle, might squirt through, and it does. It's a single with 2 outs for Logan Save. West Virginia's got its first hit of the game. as he splits the two middle infielders. White, the shortstop, Caulfield, the second baseman. That ground ball had eyes, and it's a hit for the Mountaineers with 2 outs.
It's a hit for the Mountaineers and a big hit for Logan Save. They get moved down in the order might be just what the doctor ordered for Logan. Anytime you can get on base with 2, you never know what can happen, especially when you have the all-time West Virginia home run leader, Hussey, batting behind you.
Logan Save picks up a hit here for West Virginia in the second inning. He's now hit in 3 of his last 4 games. Grant Hussey will get an at-bat for the Mountaineers. First pitch delivered. Swiped at, missed. 0-1. Hussey yesterday with a pair of hits and a walk and a strikeout. RBI single off the face of the Cincinnati pitcher. Hope he's doing all right. Buchkowski was removed from the game right after. 0-1. Low for a ball. And the count is 1-1. I don't know about you. I mean, clearly we're in the second inning and West Virginia's trailing 1-0. Picked up their first hit, but these at-bats are at least getting contact to begin this game, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who did make contact are hitting the ball hard.
1-1. Hussey fouls it off, 1-2.
It's no different than yesterday. Went down early 1-0, and you keep battling and wait for that big inning.
Save takes his lead off. 1-2 to Hussey. Garazar from the stretch deals. Hussey hits it well to left center field. This one taking the outfielder Waltman center field back, but he catches it right near the warning track. And it's going to take a lot more than that to leave the yard, but Grant Hussey hits one well right to the center fielder. It is a 2-out single for Save, but nothing else for the Mountaineers. We played 2 complete. It's Arizona 1, West Virginia nothing. To the third we go on MSN.
Our store near you now, there will be soon. You hear us say that a lot, but it's true. Wherever you may go, chances are you'll find a Par-Mar store there, offering everything you need to get you in and then back on the road as soon as possible. From gas to groceries and snacks and items for your house, we have it at Par-Mar stores. Download the app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card too. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
The U.S. Open is coming to Pittsburgh. Witness golf's toughest test at Oakmont Country Club this June. The championship will take place June 9th to 15th, 2025, and a variety of daily and weekly passes are available now. Visit usopen.com/tickets today. That's usopen.com/tickets to get your tickets to witness golf history.
Your baseball on MSN is presented by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent. Now back to Andrew Caridi with all the play-by-play action.
Arizona 1, West Virginia nothing, as we welcome you back to Arlington for the Big 12 Tournament semifinal between the Arizona Wildcats, West Virginia Mountaineers. You got to beat the best to be the best. West Virginia did that in the regular season. They'll look to do it in the tournament. As we got TCU and Kansas following this game. Winner of that game moves on to the championship game, as does the winner of this West Virginia-Arizona game, Wags.
Yeah, sometimes, usually in these Big 12 tournaments, or any conference tournament for that matter, there's a couple of surprises. There's higher seeds that make it in. Not this one this year. It's top 4 seeds, and you're really going to find out who is the best team in the Big 12 in this tournament tomorrow.
Leading off will be Summerhill for Arizona. Brennan Summerhill, the junior outfielder, is 0 for 1 to the ground out. First pitch from Kartsonis. Fouled off left side. Took one pitch on a pond skipper to the shortstop, Brody Kresser, to get retired in the first. That was when Arizona took the 1-0 lead. 0-1 pitch. And it's low for a ball, 1-1. You got to think, Wags, that a lot of these Arizona players probably going to find themselves drafted in a couple weeks. Brennan Summerhill Jr. from Chicago, Illinois, 6'3", 195. The next pitch misses low for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, the top 4 in their order have a above average chance of moving on after this college baseball season.
2-1. That's a strike, 2-2. Leadoff hitter here in the third for Arizona. 2-2 on the way. Inside for a ball. 3-2. I'd like to have Cartsonas start to find that inside pitch. Jack will come set. 3-2 to the leadoff hitter, and that's low for ball 4. Rare walk issued by Cartsonas. Summerhill is on base.
Summerhill only has 8 for 13 on the stolen base category. He missed quite some time this year due to an injury. So if he has a full body of work, he's going to be up there probably more than Aaron Walton, who has 18 stolen bases this year.
Yeah, Brendan Summerhill plays in just his 35th game of the season. He's starting his 34th compared to players who have seen the entire year, 55 for Arizona. This will be game 56 for them. Pickoff move over to first. Walton yet to see a pitch. Cartsonas with nobody out, a runner on first. First pitch is dealt outside for a ball, 1-0. Wildcats 1, West Virginia nothing. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on. Missed. Throw down to second. Close play. And they got him. Caught stealing. Summerhill first to second on a wonderful throw from Logan Save.
Well, that's why he's a first-team all-conference catcher right there. That's a tough pitch to handle by Logan Save. And Cartsonas has a ton of movement low and in, able to get a nice catch and release. We got him out by a step.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure it was close. Count is 1-1. Next pitch will hit for a strike, 1-2. Things changing on a dime here. Arizona had one on, nobody out, and a ball to Walton, and then caught stealing Summerhill, and now 1-2 to Walton after the next strike. And the pitch is outside, 2-2. Notice that Cartsonas isn't attacking when he's got 2 strikes.
I hadn't gotten a lot of swings and misses with the slider, and when you're missing in with the fastball, it's got to find that release point quick.
2-2, low and away, 3-2. Wildcats will draw a second walk if they get a ball here to Walton, who's got 18 bags on the year. Wildcats lead at 1-0 in the third. Top half. Payoff pitch on the way, lifted out to right field. Reinhardt is going to be able to track it near the foul line. Reinhardt there and smashes into the wall but makes the catch. And there's 2 for the Mountaineers as Reinhardt grabs it, runs into the wall. Thankfully there's padding there.
How about that? Back-to-back games, Reinhardt making a play, tighten that right field corner, and kissing the wall after the catch. Cartsonas likes it. Giving the right fielder a nod.
Now, we walked out to the bullpen today just to kind of get the feel of things. Not that we went out for the foul lines as Mason White stands in, and he'll take a first pitch inside for a ball. There is more space than we thought, but just as little space as we imagined. We saw Max Stifler catch a fly ball, but he's 6'7", so if you're tall, you can handle those. 1-0 pitch is inside for a ball, 2-0. But man, you got to be measured.
Reinhardt did a nice job there. You saw him full speed, and he chopped his steps when he got close, and it's a tough play in the corner when you don't play here all year long.
2-0. Swung on and missed. White swings out of his shoes to try and get that one. He'll chase a low and in pitch, 2-1. White's got the solo home run to create our scoreline in this game, 1-0 Arizona. We're in the top of the third, 2 outs, bases empty. 2-1. Strike. Good pitch from Cartsonas.
Yeah, there it is, that inside fastball. Hopefully Jack can feed off that and duplicate some other pitches.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases empty. Cartsonas, the righty, delivers. Inside for a ball. Mountaineers thought they had strike 3. Pitch that just missed inside. Good layoff there by Mason White. Now the count is full. All right, Cartsona studies himself. Here's the 3-2. Grounded foul, first base line off the body of White, and we'll do it again.
I like that pitch. I mean, he went back to the breaking ball. Looks like he took a little bit off of it and fooled White there. He's out in front, fouled it off, and that's what pitchers do. If you don't have something that's working, you take a little bit off, get a feel for that pitch. I'd like to see another back it up with a better slider right here.
White, a good 2-out hitter at 384. Here's the 3-2 again, bouncing in for ball 4. And Cartsonis just missed on that pitch, and he walks a second batter here in the 3rd inning. However, there are 2 outs, and now it is Adonis Guzman, who is 1 for 1 with a base hit.
Yeah, we know Guzman can hit the fastball, and watching Arizona play already in this tournament, Guzman struggling with that low slider. But he's definitely a powerful hitter. As him and White both went back-to-back off the foul poles.
All right, first pitch to him. Fouled off right side. Count will move to 0-1. West Virginia will have Kresser, King, and West up to the plate when we get to the bottom of the 3rd. We're in the top half right now. 1-0 Arizona. Cartsonis with a pickoff move over to first. Hussey will give it back to him. What are the chances we get a 6-hour game here, Legs?
Bringing back some.
You still don't want to talk about it?
Some memories there.
0-1. That is outside for a ball, 1-1. Fouled off again, 1-2.
I'll tell you what, if it means we're going to get a W, I'll take a 6-hour game.
Unfortunately, we lost the last 6-hour game.
I might have to get you another bowl of ice cream if we go 6 hours.
That's why I ate it. I got to store those calories like a squirrel if I'm going to be here for this long. 1-2. Outside, ricocheting away again, and the runner will take second base. Logan Save picks it up near the backstop. Count will move to 2-2 on Guzman. That is the 3rd wild pitch by Jack Cartsonis here.
You wonder if Save just went to pick that pitch. Save needs to get on the same page with Cartsonis.
2-2. Ground ball hit up the middle. And it's by Kelly, which will score another run for Arizona. Seeing eye RBI single for Adonis Guzman, and the Wildcats have taken the 2-0 lead. West Virginia was playing with fire with the wild pitches, advancing Guzman to second in the 1st and then Splain in the 2nd. Wildcats make West Virginia pay that time.
Yeah, that's the 4th base hit with 2 outs. And when you get the 2 outs, you got to find a way to finish off the hitters. I think Coach Saban's going to come out here and let everybody catch their breath. We talked about that. The top 4 of the order for Arizona is, if you can get past them, you like your chances, and they're already showing they're going to be tough outs this baseball game.
All right, so the meeting on the mound here between Steve Sabins and Jack Cartsonis. And again, probably good time to pause here. Just to slow things down, get everybody settled back in, because you would like to get length out of Jack Cartsonis.
Yeah, you like to get length, but in a single elimination game, you're going to have everybody ready to go in the bullpen at a moment's notice.
Swing and miss on the first pitch to Maddox Mikalakis. 0-1. Swung on and missed again. 0-2. An off-speed there from Cartsonis. Wags, where's the radar gun? I ask you that. There it is. I ask you that every time we're here. I see it.
It's a few different places.
Oh, is it? I'm blind. 0-2. And that struck him out looking. Mikalakis goes down on 3 pitches and strikes out for a second time. Wildcats add on to the lead as White, with 2 outs, is walked. He advances to second on a wild pitch, and he's driven in by Guzman. It is 2-0 Arizona, bottom 3 when we come back.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun, and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Arlington. West Virginia's trailing 2-0. RBI single from Adonis Guzman as the Wildcats up 2-0 here in this Big 12 tournament semifinal. Mountaineers will send up 9-1-2. Cresser, King, and West. West Virginia has 1 hit in the game so far. That's a single from Save. And the Mountaineers will have to come from behind if they want to win this game again, like they did in Game 1 against Cincinnati, although that was just 1 run. This is 2. Jack Cartsonis in his start, 2 2/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Wags, I mean, this, I don't want to say should be, but definitely could be a 0-0 game. Gave up the solo homer with 2 outs to Mason White, and then you got 3 wild pitches, which is unlike Jack, to advance a runner in all 3 innings. Finally, in that 3rd inning, which we're in right now, bottom half begins with Cresser hitting. You get a talented hitter in Guzman, finally able to drive one up the middle and score that run in scoring position.
Yeah, I know they're wild pitches, but I know Save, he's probably should have blocked those, and bet you those two are getting on the same page in the dugout.
1-0 pitch. Cresser flies out. Shallow right. Coming in on it, Summerhill. Summerhill on a sprint and then slows down, then makes the catch. Cresser flies out and is done here in the 3rd, his first at-bat of the game.
Boy, that's still a tough baseball to catch. Summerhill makes it look so easy, and right field just almost looks like he just glides out in the outfield. He's going to be a high draft pick coming up here soon in June.
Yep. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I hate that walk-up song for Skylar King.
Do you?
I hate you too. King is 0 for 1 to the ground out to first. Mountaineers trailing 2-0 here. I have all the respect in the world for Shabuzi.
Good cover up.
0-2. And that's a low pitch, 1-2. Second baseman, Caulfield, playing in the hole. And the 1-2, hard hit ball to the hole, right side, fielded there by Caulfield. He'll throw to first for the out, and that's why he's there. 2 outs for West Virginia picked up, and the ground ball hit to second base.
Yeah, you've seen Caulfield most of all the game against the West Virginia left-handed hitters, playing in that shallow right field, especially this big ballpark, having those infielders kind of deep in that turf. They're able to go get those fly balls that the outfielders cannot reach.
Let's see if Kyle West can gin up some 2-out offense for the Mountaineers. First pitch to Kyle, outside for a ball, 1-0. Kyle drew a walk in his first at-bat. Heck, if I'm Arizona, I'm considering just not pitching to him. Not to say it's an intentional walk, but next pitch is inside, 2-0.
That would be the intentional walk.
The way that
He's probably going to get that the rest of the way. I mean, it's no, the secret's out. West can just demolish a baseball.
Yeah, exactly. 2-0. That's high for a ball, 3-0. See if he gets a strike here. It is 2-0 Arizona in the third. The 3-0. That will hit for a strike at 90 from Garazar. White will likely have the green light here. 2-0 Arizona, bottom of the third. Mountaineers have one hit so far. Here's the next pitch. West screams one foul right side. And it hits the lower video board in the little sweet pits that they have here at Globe Life Field. Count will move to 3-2 on West. West Virginia trying to elongate this bottom of the third, not get sat down in order for the first time. 3-2. Outside for ball 4. West does not chase, and he has walked for a second consecutive at-bat. Mountaineers have the tying run coming to the plate now in Jace Reinhardt. Reinhardt saw one pitch and flew out in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. On deck, if we get there, Sam White, and that's brought to us by Appalachian Deck Company, proud to support West Virginia baseball at AppalachianDeck.com. Jace Reinhardt has not had a hit since the Kansas State series. 0 for 3 yesterday against Cincinnati. And here comes the first pitch from Garazar. Ah, come on. They gave him a strike for that. And it's 0-1. Did that not look substantially off the plate to you?
It looked a little bit. And that Andrew Trackman.
My eyes. 0-1 pitch. High and in for a ball, 1-1.
If Reinhardt starts, getting back, swinging the bat, I think Kyle West will start seeing some more pitches to hit.
Mm-hmm. Garazar taking his time now. 2 outs, 1 on. Next pitch. Inside of Reinhardt, 2-1. I wouldn't say that you can turn things around momentum-wise, like getting a whole lineup hitting again, but even if West Virginia is unable to get the result that they want here today, you are feeling better about going into regional than you were.
Sure.
After the Kansas series. 2-1 pitch is a strike, 2-2. Count now even with 2-2 and 2 outs. West on first. Garazar trying to take care of Reinhardt for a second time. Wildcats lead 2-0 in the third. And the next pitch, Reinhardt fouls it off right side. All right, Reinhardt. He's got that bat at his shoulder, ready for the 2-2. And the pitch. Reinhardt, hard hit ground ball up the middle, bounces into the backhand grasp of Caulfield. He'll throw to first for the out. Well positioned was Caulfield in that half inning. Took a hit away from Skylar King and then was aligned perfectly to take care of Reinhardt in the third. It's 2-0 Wildcats as we head to the fourth on MSN.
United Bank. Banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success. Because to us, this is home. United Bank, West Virginia's bank. Proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Member FDIC.
The Pediatric Urology Program at WVU Madison Children's has been nationally ranked by U.S. News & World Report for the 7th consecutive year. Our team includes the only board-certified pediatric urologist in West Virginia who treats kidney, bladder, and reproductive conditions. We're the only pediatric urology practice in the state offering robotic surgery. Trust the nation-leading experts at WVU Madison Children's. Call 855-WVU-CARE or visit WVUKids.com.
This is West Virginia University Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network. Here again, Andrew Caridi.
All right, 2-0 Wildcats as we welcome you back to Arlington. West Virginia Baseball brought to us by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent. Andrew Caridi, Jake Weghorst. Wegs, thoughts so far in this game?
Well, got to find a way to get some guys over, get them on, get them over, and get them in. I mean, that's, we saw the bats yesterday, and, Cartsonis, I know it's 2-0, but he's throwing the ball well. He's starting to locate the pitches on the inner half. Got a strikeout looking with a slider. Arizona won the first third of the game, and West Virginia's got to win the middle now.
All right, leading off for the Wildcats, right-handed hitter Caulfield, followed by Kane and Splain. First pitch to Caulfield away from Cartsonis, 1-0. West Virginia feels that their hosting of an NCAA regional is alive if they're able to win the Big 12 tournament, but something that they've never done before. 1-0 pitch. Caulfield swings and misses. When you win a second trophy, it goes a long way, but RPI as well if you're able to take care of either teams that are put out in front of you, Arizona and TCU or Kansas, then kind of speaks for itself as well. 1-1 pitch is inside, 2-1.
You saw the Arizona last year winning the Pac-12 regular season and tournament title, kind of outside that top 16 still, and they were able to host.
Mm-hmm. You all know how that ended up. West Virginia sent out to Tucson for that regional, didn't even see Arizona. 2-1. Good strike from Cartsonis, 2-2. Bounced by Dallas Baptist and Grand Canyon. I think that trip is going to age pretty well. Next pitch is low for a ball, 3-2. Cartsonis' pitch count now at 67. Not out of the fourth inning yet. Count is full now to Caulfield. And the pitch hit into the outfield. King on a run, right center. King underneath it. Catch made. And that'll be an out.
Cartsonis either has a quick one-pitch out or he goes really deep. It's going to, Cartsonis already up to 68 pitches in this ball game, 38 of those strikes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. He has taken care of the leadoff hitters, though, for the most part. Arizona has had the leadoff man reach just 3 of 4 times. Here's Andrew Kane. First pitch delivered. In for a ball, 1-0. No action yet in the West Virginia bullpen out and left, although you do have the likes of Reese Bassinger and others available. Speaking to Coach Sabins about Carson Estridge, day-to-day, but it wasn't an encouraging day-to-day. Next pitch, strike, 1-1. Wildcats have the 2-0 lead. They've out-hit West Virginia 4-1. Only hit of the game for the Mountaineers, a single from Logan Sabe. 1-1, away for a ball, 2-1. And honestly, you take away the shift, Jace Reinhardt probably has got a hit too, as Arizona was well studied, well researched to play behind second base. 2-1 to Kane. Fouls it off, 2-2. He's 0 for 1 with a pop-up. Jack is set, sixth-year senior from Pittsburgh. The 2-2. Struck him out looking. Kane goes down. That's a pitch low in the zone, Wags, but they gave it to him.
They get that a nice sinker there. Good movement, pretty pitch.
Yeah.
That's one of those, Kane just got frozen. That's just a really good pitch by the pitcher, Jack.
No, I'm with you. That was a pretty pitch. You watch the replay of it, the look they have here from Globe Life Field. Right above the batter's eye, you saw that one sink at the last second. Next pitch is swung on and missed by Splain, 0-1. 2 outs, bases empty for Arizona. Carsona's trying to enjoy a 3-up, 3-down inning. Oh, 1. Strike. 0-2. I think.
Open it up a little bit.
Well, I was going to say I wasn't going to say opening up, but I think it has been consistently called a little bit of ball or two off the plate. So Cartsonas works ahead 2 strikes. Next pitch, high, ball, 1-2. Mountaineers down 2-0. Here in the semifinal against Arizona. Splain is 1 for 1 with a base hit. The 1-2 lifted out to right. Reinhardt chasing it foul, and it is foul in the seats.
Boy, that was close. A little bit to the left. That might have wrapped around the right field foul pole as the shortest part of this ballpark. Second shortest, 326 down the right field line in the corner.
By 2 feet, I think that's marginal.
324 down left.
Count is 1-2. Next pitch is grounded to third base. Slow roller, picked up by Barnett, throws on the run, and safe at first is Splain. They will give him an infield single as that one was tapped off the end of the bat, slowly getting to Spencer Barnett at third base. He made a quick as play as possible.
Yeah, Barnett's playing extremely back. Splain, not a great runner. I think got to be a little bit quicker on that jump, and he's definitely safe there. As Hussey went down to pick that baseball, which was a great pick to save a base. Splain's second 2-out hit of the ball game.
All right, here's Easton Breifogel, first pitch. Good curler in for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, we would need Mary Lou Retton-esque flexibility from Grant Hussey to save some time there. 0-1. Low from Save. It squirts out in front of him. Runner stays put. It's 1-1.
Nice little West Virginia reference to Mary Lou Retton.
Couldn't help myself.
I like Save burying that baseball right there and locking back in behind the dish.
1-1 delivered. Good pitch, another strike, 1-2. Breaking pitch seems to be landing now for Cartsonas where he wants it. We're in the top of the 4th. Wildcats up 2-0. And the next pitch, high, 2-2. West Virginia has been out-hit 5-1. 2-2. Inside 3-2. Raul Garrazar for the Wildcats has been very good. 3 innings of 1 hit ball, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's only thrown 48 pitches. Count is full. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Sabe's got it. And Cartsonas ends another inning with a strikeout. As a matter of fact, he has ended every inning with a strikeout. And he gets Breifogel there. And Carts picks up the K. He's now got 6. 2-0 Arizona, bottom 4 when we come back.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Arlington, Texas is the site of the Big 12 baseball tournament. It's the semifinal between West Virginia and Arizona. Mountaineers down 2-0, and we'll look to get things going here with White, Kelly, and Barnett due up here against Raul Garrazar. What has been the secret to this sauce for the Arizona tosser, Legs?
He's able to mix multiple pitches for strikes, utilizing that cutter at any count. And West Virginia really hasn't found that answer to. They got to sit back, hit it the other way, because you haven't seen that big, powerful, straight fastball, 94, 95. So it's very hittable. Just doing just enough to keep these West Virginia hitters off balance.
First pitch to White, slow ground ball, fielded by the first baseman. Underhand scoop to the pitcher, Garrazar, and safe is White at first base. It looked like Garrazar had the ball in his glove, reached back with his back foot a little bit off balance, and Sam White beat it out.
Well, in a game like this, you'll take any base runners.
Oh, he missed the bag.
Any way you can, and it's a tough PF. Oh.
He went to step. He definitely had Sam beaten if his foot was on the bag the first time, but he stomped on the dirt, then put it on the bag. But on the second stomp, White had reached. It's an infield single for Sam. That was difficult to handle for Arizona. Here's Gavin Kelly as White is on base now. First pitch. And the pitch to Kelly is a strike. See if West Virginia can take advantage of the mistakes. Few have been committed here by Arizona in this game, and it was a large reason why West Virginia put up 10 runs against Cincinnati yesterday. 0-1 to Kelly. Another strike, quickly falls behind 0-2. Mountaineers got 8 walks and a hit by pitch. Count is 1-1, beg your pardon, to Kelly in the win against Cincinnati. And you go to the fine margins of championship deciding baseball, it's going to be mistakes that create the difference. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. Only 2 strikes now to Kelly down the third base line.
We'd like to see Kelly really shorten up here with this swing with Splain holding White at first base. And now you see Caulfield kind of slide over that pitch before. Had 3 infielders on the left side of second base.
Arizona leading 2-0. Nobody out. White on first. Best chance of the game thus far for West Virginia with a runner on and nobody out. First time in the game, as a matter of fact. 1-2. Kelly swings and misses and strikes out. He reached for that outside pitch that he got rung up on last time.
That's a nice changeup there, right on right changeup. That's when, that's tough when you have a righty that can throw that changeup to right-hander or left-hander. Makes it difficult, especially when you got to watch for 2 or 3 other pitches for strikes as well.
All right, Barnett is up to the plate. Third base plays in. First pitch to Spencer. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Good take there from Barnett, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Chased a high fastball his first time up for strike 3. Wildcats 2-0 lead over the Mountaineers. They've out-hit them 5-2 as well. 1-0. Barnett, hard hit glove catch, first base, tag the bag, double play. Gotta be kidding me. That was lined right to the glove of Splain. If he missed it, it was foul, but he caught it. And in one motion, he catches that liner, tags the bag. Sam White frozen, double play Arizona, and they'll get out of the fourth unscathed despite the leadoff single from Whites. 2-0. We'll head to the fifth on MSN.
Presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Rebuilders Commercial Restoration is happy to see the Mountaineers get back to business on the diamond and is happy to get your company back to business in times of need. They specialize in 24/7 emergency commercial restoration across greater Morgantown, Pittsburgh, and beyond. Their expert staff knows that every second counts in saving and restoring your property once a disaster strikes. So make sure to learn more about their pre-disaster plans on their website, rebuildersrestoration.com, or give them a call at 866-535-0363 today.
WVU Baseball is presented all season long by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent. Once again, here's Andrew Caridi.
All right, welcome back to Arlington. Mountaineers trailing 2-0 here against the Arizona Wildcats. Legs, what do you think here? 5th inning, West Virginia. They got a couple hits, reached a couple of times, got to find a way to string things together here. How do you get to Garazar?
You keep hitting the baseballs hard like Barnett right there. That's just a tough shake. But you gotta think, if you're consistently hitting hard hit baseballs like that, something's got to fall. But you got to get some runners on so we can start stealing some bags. Going back to that good Mountaineer offense.
Oh, bunt laid down. Cartsona's going to pick it up third base line. Quickly fires to first, but takes Hussey off the bag, and it's a bunt single to lead off here for the Wildcats from Summerhill to begin the 5th. Summerhill, one of the few guys able to do that with pure speed.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. That's just not really good. I mean, Cartsona's made a play on it, but that's a really good, nice deadened bunt by Summerhill. And Cartsona's up to 85 pitches, and again, it's going to have to pitch with runners on base. You got to think you got to get somebody up and throwing in that bullpen, which it looks like the Mountaineers do have a right-hander stretching out right now.
Get those binoculars out. Get those Bushnells. Runner on first for Walton. Nobody out. First pitch is a strike off the plate, 0-1. It's just the second time in this game that Arizona has been able to get the leadoff hitter to reach, Wags.
They've been good with 2 outs already this game.
Pickoff move over to first. Summerhill is back safely. He was caught stealing back in the 3rd.
I'd watch for him to run again. That definitely is not going to slow him down.
Another pickoff move that way. Logan Sabe, Grant Hussey, Brody Kresser will be the next hitters up for West Virginia when we get to the home half of the 5th. West Virginia is the 1 seed. Therefore, the home team here in Arlington. 0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. Walton is 0 for 2. Fly out down the first base line his last time up and struck out looking in the 1st. 1-1 delivered. Just missed it. 2-1. Pitch off the plate. Cartsona set. Summerhill taking his lead off. Next pitch. Strike. 2-2. Good movement on that pitch from Jack. Mountaineers shifted to the pull side of the right-handed hitting Walton. Kelly is playing a little bit off the bag. There's another pickoff move to first, so the 4-hole is wide open. Count is 2-2 to Walton. The pitch, low for a ball, 3-2. Do not want to give Mason White nobody out and 2 on in a game that Arizona is already leading 2-0.
Yeah, White or Guzman.
Yeah, they're 2 for 2 in reaching. Guzman's hit twice. White had a home run and a walk. Now Cartsonas is going to step off. Got to pick a pitch here. Joey Cuomo, ops director for the Mountaineers, will get the pitch time technology.
It looks like in the bullpen that Chase Meyer is the one who's been stretching and Not throwing the football around. Hasn't started throwing to a catcher yet. So still going to lean on Cartsonis to get a couple of outs.
2-0 Wildcats, top of the 5th. Payoff pitch, runner goes, hit into the air, left field, West on it, West sliding, drop. He can't make the catch, and there's 2 on for Arizona. West was caught between 2 minds of letting it bounce in front of him. He committed to it, had it in his glove, but he couldn't secure it, and it'll be back-to-back hits for the Wildcats.
That's one of those tough pitches for an outfielder. It's a good swing, good contact, but only 75 miles an hour off the bat. Hard to get a good jump. And boy, that went in and out of Kyle West's glove there in left field. And you got to think, Andrew, this inning right here with 2 on, no out, and facing White and Guzman, this might be one of those make or break innings here. He'd love to keep it here with 2, but realistically, man, if you got to avoid that crooked number this inning.
All right, Arizona threatening here to extend this lead. They had 1 run in the first, 1 run in the third. They've now got 2 on for the first time in this game, and there's nobody out. Here's Mason White with a home run and a walk. First pitch, wanted all of it, fouled it back, 0-1. I think that pitch could have been bouncing in front of him, and he still swings at it.
Now you got Robbie Porco is now throwing down to a catcher. Get ready in a hurry.
0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. Would love to turn a double play if you're West Virginia, but that's going to be difficult, either third to second or second to first, because you've got great speed from Summerhill and 18 stolen bases on the season for Walton, who's on first. 1-1 on the way, outside, 2-1.
If that did happen, that would be White's first ground into a double play this year. One of the few hitters in that Arizona order that has not done that this season.
So you're telling me that's fairly unlikely?
That's a better time to turn that 0 into a 1.
2-1 pitch. Fly ball, center field. King goes back. King at the wall, and he watches it go. 3-run home run for Mason White is his second home run of the game to make it 5-0 Arizona. And that is the time of the game where it busts open for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a gut punch right there. Arizona's biggest home run hitter, who came into the game with 14 home runs, now only into the 5th inning. That's 16 home runs on the year and 4 RBIs today. Looks like Saban's coming out here to Jack. This may take his time. Maybe Jack's last pitch there at 95 with the pitch count.
That is a high pitch count for Cartsonis in the 5th. And it'll be a pitching change for West Virginia. Cartsonis replaced. It's Arizona 5, West Virginia nothing. New pitcher coming on for the Mountaineers in the Big 12 tournament semifinal on MSN.
It's Casey Bowling here, your 2006 WVU Baseball Team MVP. I'm president of Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agency. Erie Insurance is on our team, and with their rates and coverage, together we're a sure home run. Born and raised in West Virginia, played for West Virginia, I live and proudly run my business in West Virginia. I am a Mountaineer, and I'd be honored to have your business. Please visit us at bowlinginsurancewv.com for a no-obligation quote. Auto, home, business, and life insurance.
From foul pole to foul pole, listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone, but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive head first into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
My name's Chris Miller. I'm president of Dutch Miller Automotive. Jarrett Construction completely renovated and helped redesign Dutch Miller Kia in South Charleston. The fit and the finish and the quality of the project is exceptional. He has an attention to detail and an eye for that kind of stuff. You always want to give your best to your customer. It's just as important to him as it is to you. If you're ever looking to build anything, I'd call Jarrett Construction because you know exactly you're going to get something excellent every single time.
Call on Jarrett Construction. This is West Virginia University Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
5-0 Arizona as we welcome you back to Arlington for the Big 12 Tournament Semifinal. Mason White has hit his second home run of the game, and it is 5-zip Wildcats in this fifth inning. Bunt single from Summerhill, and a hit from Walton, and then the home run from White. And now Robbie Porco replaces Jack Hartsonis on the mound for West Virginia.
Yeah, Porco comes into the game, 11th appearance, no record with a 2.95 ERA, 18 and a third innings pitched this year, giving up 8 runs on 13 hits, 15 walks, 20 strikeouts. Opponent's just hitting 181, and Porco's going to get a fresh, clean slate here. And out of most of all those pitchers in the bullpen, Porco has looked pretty good in the last couple of outings, and I know it's 5-0, and only really through 4, and you got to think it doesn't seem out of reach. After the offense yesterday by the Mountaineers.
All right, here's the pitch to Guzman, and he'll take a strike from Porco, 0-1. Robbie Porco's mindset has changed, telling head coach Steve Sabins that he wanted the ball last couple weeks, came in against Kansas in that series, pitched 4 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts. 0-1. Outside for a ball. 1-1 to Guzman. Final line on Jack, 4 innings, 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. He threw 95 pitches. 1-1. Hit well to center field. King on a line, back, makes the catch. And there's one gone here in the 5th with the Wildcats leading 5-0. They've out-hit West Virginia 8-2.
I'd like to see that from Porco coming in out of the pen, getting a quick out, especially getting Guzman out as he was 2 for 2, had 2 singles heading into that third at-bat.
Here is Mikalakis, first pitch from Porco, high and away for a ball. I think that line drive that Spencer Barnett hit down the first base line that was caught by Splain and then immediately dropped on first base for the out was kind of a bad omen going forward, that it might just not be your day, 1-0. And that's a strike. 1-1. Shift into right field here. Mountaineer infield. Next pitch. Low from Porco for a ball. 2-1. Nothing Arizona in the 5th. Two-1. Ugly swing for a strike. 2-2. I was actually checking my phone for a text from Joe Mock after that home run, because he usually texts me during games, but he's actually sitting next to us here in the booth. Base is empty, 2-2. Inside for a ball, 3-2. It was like a reflexive thing that I just expected to happen, and it didn't. Like you said, Wags, 5 is not insurmountable, but you got to find a way to string hits together and churn up some free passes as well. 1 out, 3-2, hit into the air, right center. It's a base hit. Reinhardt up to it, And it's a one-out single for Mikalakis, who's got his first hit of the game after striking out twice to Kartsonis. He wins the first duel against Porco.
Yeah, offensively, you got to figure out a way to, like you said, string some hits together, but, struggling early, but you look across the diamond there, and Arizona's not having a problem getting these base hits, so you got to find a way to punch back. But before then, you got to find a way to get 2 more outs to end this inning.
Garen Caulfield is 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him. High from Porco, 1-0. Away for a ball. Just one of those things where you want to keep it at 5,
Yeah, you're going to have to, especially when you're struggling to get base runners and get hits.
2-0. Strike. 2-1. Coming set, Big Rob. The pitch, high for a ball. Not particularly encouraging that Porco is not establishing himself throwing strikes early through the first couple of batters. 3-1. There's 3-2 on a strike.
He's been pretty good with the slider. Looked good coming right away that first at bat. That fly out to Guzman. He was throwing the slider well, but when you have that fastball, that 6'8" frame, you got to be able to locate it low in the zone.
3-2. Chopper bounced to third. Barnett in on it, fields it, throws on the run to first, but he beat it out. It's going to be an infield single again for the Wildcats. Caulfield catches a break there as he taps that one off the cap of the bat. Barnett came up to it as quickly as he could. That's just good speed from Caulfield.
It's just how baseball goes sometimes. You've seen a couple of dink hits by Arizona with choppers to third base, and Barnett lines out to the first baseman for a double play. You just got to find a way to stop the bleeding here. Looks like Meyer's going to get back up and throwing in that Mountaineer bullpen.
Andrew Kane is up. Mountaineers trailing 5-0. Top of the 5th, 3-run home run from Mason White. First pitch. This is lined out to center field. King going back on a jog. Underneath it, makes the catch. Runner is going to tag and then go back to second base. He thought about it. As King, I think, maybe deked him out a little bit.
I think all the way King was going to catch that and try to keep Caulfield at first base and not tag up from first to second. But he almost was giving Mikalakis third base there.
Yeah.
Almost was a little back pick there at second.
Yeah, I agree. All right, this is Tommy Splain, 2 for 2. This will be his first at-bat, though, against Porco. First pitch is a strike from Robbie. 0-1.
Splain's third at bat with 2 outs, 2 base hits, first 2.
0-1. That's just off the plate for a ball. West Virginia did score in bunches yesterday. Mountaineers scored 10 runs, but those all came in a 4-inning span beginning in the 4th inning. 2 on, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch is outside for a ball. Five 5-0 Wildcats. 2-1. Swung on and missed. Horko touches 92. Count is now even. 2-2 with 2 outs and 2-1. And it's 5-0. Arizona. Two. High for a ball.
It's going to be one of those games with Myers going to go up and down in the bullpen.
The count is full. 10 hits already for Arizona. The payoff pitch. Ground ball hit to second. Kresser's got it. He throws to first for the out. And Splain grounds out to end the inning. Brody Kresser, the shortstop, gets behind that ball. Makes the play. But Arizona has added 3. They lead at 5-0. At the bottom of the 5th we go. It'll be Sabe, Hussey, and Kresser when we come back.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org. /time to talk. Message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Globe Life Field in Arlington. Mountaineers are going to have to come back from a 5-run deficit if they want to move on to a Big 12 tournament championship game. Wags, it's Arizona drawing first blood and getting a heck of a cushion of 5 runs here.
Yeah, drawing first blood, been good with 2 outs, hit 2 long balls. You know, just kind of being the team that we thought they were going to come into this. Yep. You got that top 4 in that order who's really, you look at it, that's all 5 of their RBIs, which 4 of them coming from White, 1 from Guzman, showing why that's one of the best top 4 in the league.
First pitch, tap down the third base line. Sabe going to try and beat it out. Here's the throw, and he does easily. As Logan Sabe is able to lay one down. Down the third base line. Get on with a single. I'll tell you what, Summerhill did that in the 5th. West Virginia answers right back.
Yeah, both teams have had a couple of choppers to third base to get on, and without looking anything up, Andrew, that's probably Save's first multi-hit game in quite some time, and I like that he's getting that. It's going to be really good for his confidence moving forward.
Sure, absolutely. All right, here is Grant Hussey. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Logan had a good K-State series with 6 hits, 2 multi-hit games, but that was 12 days ago. 1-0. Hussey, ground ball to first. They step on the bag to get the out. The throw to second is in time for the double play.
It rains, it pours, man. That's twice. Just scalded balls down the first base line, playing right there to smother it up. It's one of those things. He's holding the runner on, and as the pitch goes, he doesn't get too far off the bag. Man, that ball right there, Barnett's may have explained it and catch it, probably a foul ball. That one would probably gone all the way to the corner.
Another double play that West Virginia hits into, and Brody Kresser takes a first pitch strike. Mountaineers' inning ended in the fourth with a line out hit by Spencer Barnett into the glove of Splain. Doubled up Sam White, who was on first. Here's a ground ball hit to third. Oh, and away from the backhand grasp. It'll be a single for Brody Kresser as Michalakis couldn't handle it. Well, West Virginia with 2 hits here in the 5th inning as Kresser was able to turn on that one. But you have once in like a month type double plays that West Virginia has it into in back-to-back series.
The Mountaineers have been on the other end of that where, we've turned a lot of double plays and won a lot of ball games because of it, and going to have to find a way to push past as Arizona already has 10 hits in the ball game.
This is Skylar King with third base pinching in with 2 outs. First pitch to King is strike. 0-1. Arizona leads at 5-0. They've out-hit West Virginia 10-4. Into King for a ball. Four of Arizona's 5 runs have come from Mason White and his home runs. 3-run home run and a solo home run. 1-1 to King. Low for a ball. 2-1. Jack Hartsona's start for the Mountaineers went 4 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Next pitch, King hits one hard, but it's to the shortstop playing to the right of second base who fields it and throws to first for the out. Mountaineers get 2 hits, but they also hit into a double play for a second consecutive inning. King goes down. We'll head to the 6th with Arizona leading 5-0 on MSN.
Up any play with the West Virginia Lottery. While every play can't be a winner, every play is a win for West Virginia. Since 1986, lottery proceeds have been invested in our future. More than $3.9 billion towards West Virginia education. Proceeds have helped pave the way for high school graduates to reach their higher education dreams with the Promise Scholarship. No, not every play is a winner, but every play is a win for West Virginia. Dream big, because when you play, West Virginia wins. Play in-store or online with the iPlay app. Please play responsibly.
For the 5th consecutive year, U.S. News & World Report ranks WVU Medicine J.W. Ruby Memorial as the #1 hospital in West Virginia. It's also recognized as high-performing in cancer, gastroenterology and GI surgery, orthopedics and urology, and in 16 procedures and conditions. Trust the hospital ranked in the top 11% of hospitals for clinical outcomes, level of nursing care, and patient experience. Visit WVUmedicine.org.
You're listening to West Virginia Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent. Now back to Andrew Caridi for more Mountaineer Baseball.
It's been that kind of game for West Virginia. You hit into 2 double plays, and then 1 player is responsible for 4 RBI. Mountaineers with 2 hits in their last frame of offense in the 5th inning. Get a single from Save and a single from Kresser, but also a double play that you hit into. It has been an Arizona game that they have probably deserve to be winning right now. They're up 5-0 as we head to the top of the 6th. So, Robbie Porco will start out here to begin this inning for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, a couple of defensive change for the Mountaineers. Ben Lumsden is now in right field for Reinhardt.
All right, first pitch is fouled off down the first base line.
It's an interesting move. Haven't seen that this early in the game, but not out of the ordinary when Reinhardt with his struggles hitting.
Yep. I will say, though, Ben was taking really nice BP. So why not try and gin something up there? 0-1 pitch, swung on, missed. 0-2. Ground ball foul, first base side. Breifogel is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. 0-2. Line to right. Foul ball. Arizona nearly sneaking in another leadoff hit. Wildcats in this game 2 for 5 from the leadoff position. West Virginia's 2 of 5 as well. For the Wildcats, 10 of 24 hitting. Mountaineers just 4 of 17. 0-2. Line foul again, left side into the screen.
And they, with White hitting those 2 home runs, I mean, if he doesn't hit those out of the ballpark, it's a completely different game. That's some sheer power in a big league ballpark.
0-2. And that's high. Robbie Porco's on the bump for West Virginia. The 1-2. Line to right, in the air, near the pole, and it is just foul. Nearly a solo home run for Breifogel. Robbie set. 1-2. Low. 2-2. Nobody throwing in the pen for West Virginia. 2-2. Outside. Count is full. The leadoff hitter, Breifogel. Summerhill and Walton are on deck and in the hole. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Porco strikes him out at 91 and high. And Breifogel has struck out 3 times.
Taking care of the 9-hole today, and just got to find a way to figure out this top half of the order. That type of speed and power, just got to figure out a way to keep them off the bases, and you got to start chipping away a little bit on the offensive side.
All right, Summerhill is at the dish. Wildcats leading 5-0. The pitch from Porco is low for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch, in for a ball. Summerhill laid down a bunt single his last time up. 2-0. Fouled off, left side, and into the screen. Fouled back, 2-2.
And infield's got to be on your toes here with 2 strikes to Summerhill with that speed. He's really good at slapping that baseball on the ground and legging it out.
Yep. Wildcats, 5-0. Here comes the 2-2. Hesitant swing and foul off that time by Summerhill. And it's 2-2.
Summerhill only has 15 strikeouts on the year, so he's really good at putting this baseball in play with 2.
Base is empty, 1 out. And the pitch. Line to right, base hit. And it's a 1-out single for Summerhill. He's got his second hit of the game here in the top of the 6th.
It's an interesting point in the game. You're down 5. You know, if Arizona gets to Porco, you know, who does Sabins turn to in that bullpen? You know, on one hand, you're looking forward, you know, towards next week, you know, resting more of the bullpen arms, but you want to keep it here.
Yeah.
Because you know that offense, flip of a switch, they can turn it on too.
This is Aaron Walton batting right. Porco deals a first pitch strike. Walton is 1 for 3. Every player except for 2, so 7 of 9 Wildcats have hit in this game, with the exception of Kane and Breifogel. Pickoff move to first, and that comes with the caveat that Breifogel hit one 2 feet outside of the first base line. Can't say as much for Kane. Wildcats leading 5-0. They've got 1 out and 1 on here in the 6th. 0-1. Low ball. 1-1. Porco sets, delivers, fouled off third base side, and the count will move to 1-2.
You know, Porco hasn't thrown terrible. You know, it's not super clean, but it's almost like when Porco comes in the game, it almost comes to a halt, right? You got to be able to turn the tempo up, get back up on the mound as a pickoff. You're safe at first. But that tempo as a pitcher, you have to know when to speed it up, slow it down. And I know with the pitch clock, that's changed a little bit. But you got to be able to climb back on that rubber and fire them in there when you're feeling good.
1-2. Outside for a ball, I completely agree. 2-2. Kartsonis has a tempo when he throws. Chase Meyer has a tempo when he throws.
Kern knows how to work quick when he needs to.
Two. Outside, 3-2.
And that keeps your defense from getting flat-footed. You want your defense to keep moving around. And I know we're nitpicking right now as you're down 5, but you got to find a way to keep that momentum and somehow switch it to the other dugout.
The pitch, runner goes. It's a strike 3 call, and an evasion to second base and a stolen base picked up by the base runner Summerhill. He'll get a steal. Walton strikes out, and there's 2 gone. And now a runner in scoring position. Nice pitch from Porco. Summerhill was in motion, and the throw from Save.
Save's so just a little wide right. He definitely, if that, throws on the bag, he had him out too. It's a really good catch and release, and Kelly almost made an athletic play in tagging him.
Yep, I'm with you. First pitch to White, who has been a monster against West Virginia this series and this season. He's hit 3 home runs against West Virginia. 1 in Morgantown in the series finale, and 2 today off of Jack Kartsonis. A 3-run shot and a solo shot. Wildcats lead it 5-0 here in the 6th. 1-0, low for a ball. Porco checks second, the 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0. Arizona with 2 outs here in the 6th. 3-0. Outside for ball 4. And White will reach for a 4th time today. That's his 2nd walk drawn.
I don't hate it. You know, you definitely you want to attack him. But when you got Guzman, a really talented right-handed hitter behind him, it still doesn't make it any easier as Guzman hit the ball extremely well, not only today, but in Morgantown as well. As Coach Saban's here called time, going to come out to the mound and maybe seeing Chase Meyer coming to the game, waiting for that signal from Coach Saban's.
So Porco and Sabins will talk it over. Chase Meyer continues throwing. Two on, 2 outs, and Coach Sabins will go to the pen. Chase Meyer will pitch for the Mountaineers. It's 5-0 Arizona in the top of the 6th. We're back after this on MSN.
Our store near you now, there will be soon. You hear us say that a lot, but it's true. Wherever you may go, chances are you'll find a Par-Mar store there, offering everything you need to get you in and then back on the road as soon as possible. From gas to groceries and snacks and items for your house, we have it at Par-Mar stores. Download the app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card too. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success, because to us, this is home. United Bank, West Virginia's bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Member FDIC.
A dream can begin with any play with the West Virginia Lottery. While every play can't be a winner, every play is a win for West Virginia. Since 1986, lottery proceeds have been invested in our future. More than $3.9 billion towards West Virginia education. Proceeds have helped pave the way for high school graduates to reach their higher education dreams with the Promise Scholarship. No, not every play is a winner, but every play is a win for West Virginia. Dream big, because when you play, West Virginia wins. Play in-store or online with the iPlay app. Please play responsibly.
This is West Virginia University Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
All right, West Virginia goes to Chase Meyer out of the pen as they'll look to get out of this inning unscathed. As Arizona's got 2 on with 2 outs, Chase Meyer comes in, the sophomore pitcher from Florida, pitching for the first time since Kansas a weekend ago. Wags, what do you got?
Yeah, Meyer comes in. This is Meyer's 20th appearance on the year, which ties Estridge for the team lead. 8-2 to 3.54 ERA. Has 1 save. 40 2/3 innings pitched on the year, giving up 19 runs on 25 hits, 30 walks, 57 strikeouts. Opponents just hitting 179. Meyer's one of those right-handed arms. If he's in the zone with that fastball and that just devastating breaking ball, he is probably one of the hardest pitchers to hit in college baseball. But we've seen 2 different Meyers this year. We've seen the shutdown Meyer, then the Meyer from last year that will struggle with hitting that fastball for a strike. He comes in here with 2 runners on with 2 outs.
All right, Adonis Guzman is a heck of a challenge as the first guy up. First pitch from Meyer outside for a ball. Guzman is 2 for 3. Pair of base hits. Wildcats lead 5-0. They've out-hit West Virginia 11-4. We're in the top of the 6th inning. And there's a check swing. Should go down as a strike. It does to Guzman. 1-1. Meyer struggled against Kansas his last time out. 1 1/3. 4 runs on 3 hits. 2 strikeouts, but a walk as well. 2-0. Or 1-1 rather. Line to right. And they're going to send the runner home from third. Lumsden throw is going to be cut off by Hussey, and that'll make it 6-0. Guzman has got his third hit, second RBI single of the game. Scoring is Summerhill to make it 6-0.
Hey, Guzman struggled with the breaking ball, but I think he knew with bringing Meyer into the game, he was going to get a heavy dosage of breaking balls, and Meyer just left that breaking ball right up over the middle, and it's a nice piece of hitting, knowing that infield shifted to the left. West Virginia finds itself in a 6-0 hole here on the top of the sixth.
All right, first and third for Arizona. Maddox Mikalakis is 1 for 3. Meyer deals a first pitch strike 0-1. Next pitch, swing and miss. I'll go down as a strike, quickly 0-2. Meyer working quickly here. The pitch, fouled off left side into the seats. What did that hit? Knocked the dust off the LED board where the lights were red, and it was like a puff of red miasma. Never seen that before. Next pitch, outside, 1-2.
You've never seen it. I've never heard that word before.
Yeah? That doesn't surprise me. 1-2, high and away. Defined as a highly unpleasant, unhealthy smell or vapor.
I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah. 2-2, outside for a ball, 3-2.
Meyer doesn't have that high leg kick that he normally does today. You saw that kind of in the middle of the year, really using that slide step, and I'd like to see him kind of rock and fire and let it rip.
Yeah. All right, Mikalakis has the count full. The pitch, runner goes, and it is a ball 4. Meyer wanted the strike call on a really close pitch on the outside edge. Bases loaded.
I'd like to see that one again. Kind of with Meyer there. That was a good pitch.
I agree.
Curling in on the outer half.
Bases loaded for Garen Caulfield, who is 1 for 3. Arizona leads 6-0. First pitch for Meyer is a strike, 0-1. Miasma can also be defined as an oppressive or unpleasant atmosphere which surrounds or emanates from something. It was an ominous-looking light because the light was red coming off the LED. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Baseball struck it, and
I mean, that's about as in-depth as when we talked about Egg Harbor, Michigan.
New Jersey, actually.
New Jersey.
Oh, there might be one in Michigan. 1-1. Lifted out, foul, right side. Caulfield just reaching the bat out. And it'll fall behind 1-2. Bases loaded for the Wildcats. The 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. 6-0 Cats. The pitch. That is lined to right. Base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to send the second runner home. Guzman. Oh, Save hesitated, but he played the ball, and he tagged out the second runner to keep it at a 7-run game. And Coach Hale for the Wildcats is going to want to review this one. Another RBI opposite field single for Caulfield. The question becomes, is it a 1-run scoring play or it is a 2-run scoring play?
It was a good throw by Lumsden coming in on the one hop to Save. I think he mishandled it right out of the gate, able to pick it up. And, sometimes I think if Guzman would have slid there, it would have been no question out. Yep. But with him not sliding, these umpires are going to go in and take a second look. And as Chip Hale, you want to keep this rolling and, the rate this going, this game might be over before 9. feed here, but we're not seeing the umpires' replays. We might get one here. The throw comes in. Salve goes to tag. Guzman coming in. He did not. That left foot, I don't think ever touched the plate at all.
I'm with you.
I think that's going to be an easy call there, and a nice outfield assist from Ben Lumsden. Salve dropped it twice, picked up with a bare hand, ball goes back in the glove.
Missed the bag?
I don't think Guzman touched the plate. I mean, I think that's too close to say that he touched it at all. And
especially with a call on the field being out. I mean, there is no irrefutable evidence, and this is a quick review. So Guzman is out, and that'll keep it 7-0. Caulfield drives in 1. Arizona by 7 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on MSN.
Kids ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
All right, it's Arizona 7, West Virginia 0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mountaineers will send up West, Lumsden, and White. And Lumsden subbing in for Jace Reinhardt out in right field. He's taking good BP today. And, Sam White's got a hit. West has reached twice on a pair of walks. Wags, I mean, if you can get 2 here.
You got to get a couple. You got to erase the goose egg off the board, and because it doesn't look like Arizona is slowing up anytime soon. As through 6 innings for Arizona, 13 hits already this game.
All right, first pitch outside to West, 1-0. Next pitch, Kyle fouled it back. One. West fouled it straight back. 1-2. You think we could get one up here?
One of the earlier games in the tournament, it came really close. If we get one up here and not at our own ballpark, I mean...
That's a wrap. It'll never happen. Oh, West, base hit right field. And Kyle's got his hit streak to 11 games on a cruise missile that beats the shift by sheer power. West has reached all 3 times today.
He has really turned the corner this year. It's turned into just a really solid college baseball hitter. I just hope he's going to have a chance to continue playing past West Virginia, because he has been really fun to watch this year.
All right, Ben Lumsden will get his first at-bat of the game. That was West Virginia's 5th hit of the game, courtesy of Kyle West. First pitch. Lumsden will take a strike, 0-1. Arizona has scored 1 run in the first, 1 run in the third, and then the 3-run home run came in the 5th. They added on 2 more in the 6th. We're currently in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch. Another strike, 0-2. Mountaineers grounding out, they're hitting into a double play, rather. Our last 2 innings with nobody out and a runner on first. Here's the next pitch. Lumsden let it go. Outside, 1-2. Garazar checks first. Delivers. Good take from Lumsden, low, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, Ben Lumsden. And the pitch. Fouled off into the screen. 2-2 is where we stay. You take the home runs off the board from Arizona's Mason White, it is a 3-0 game.
Yep.
A 3-run home run, huge. 2-2. Lumsden grounds to second, fielded there, thrown to second for 1, and the double play again. West Virginia has hit into a double play in 3 consecutive innings.
Boy, that is the rare 6-5-3 double play. With the shift there with Mason White, shifted up the middle. Mikalakis basically playing shortstop. Boy, it's hard to get things going when, was that 3 double plays so far?
In consecutive innings, the 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah.
7-0 Arizona here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Sam White. First pitch to him. There's a ball just outside. Garazar, 5 2/3, no runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He has thrown 76 pitches as that one misses inside. 2-0. One double play, you say whatever. 2 double plays, you say come on. 3 double plays, just not your day. White, ground ball, foul, first base side. Just couldn't sneak it in. And it's 2-1.
The lefties are really trying to hug that line. It's a couple of screamers down the line, just nothing to show for today.
Opposite field base hit with 2 outs for Sam White as he pushes that one away from the shift. Conventionally where the third baseman would play. But they were shifted to the right a little bit. And Sam White's got a multi-hit game. 2-out single for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, multi-hit game, and it really could have been 3 for 3 today too with him coming to that. Swain made a nice play on White in the first.
5 Mountaineer hitters of the 9 have been able to reach. Here's the first pitch to Gavin Kelly outside for a ball. West walked twice with a single. Sam White with 2 hits. Logan Sabe 2 for 2. He is currently in the hole with Spencer Barnett on deck. That's brought to us by Appalachian Deck Company. Proud to support West Virginia baseball. If you're looking to build or upgrade your deck, AppalachianDeck.com is where you can find them. And Brody Kresser has also hit. Counting right, 4 or 5 players able to reach. May just be 4. West, White, Sabe, Kresser. 1-0. Outside to Gavin. 2-0. Kelly can reach. That would make it 5. 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch. Outside to Kelly. 3-0.
Seeing Garzar go to that fastball a little bit more, you can hear him. 81st pitch, 94 miles an hour. Early in the game, relied on that cutter right around 88, 89, 90. Now he's trying to juice up the Mountaineer hitters.
3-0. Pumps it in for a strike at 91. Fouled off, and the count runs full with 2 outs. Let's see if they send White in motion here. Payoff pitch coming with 2 outs. No longer being held. He goes, the pitch. Kelly, poker, right side. Second baseman Caulfield's got it, and he throws to first for the out. Arizona will take a 7-0 lead into the 7th here in this Big 12 tournament semifinal on MSN.
It's Casey Bowling here, your 2006 WVU Baseball Team MVP. I'm president of Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agency. Erie Insurance is on our team, and with their rates and coverage, together we're a sure home run. Born and raised in West Virginia, played for West Virginia, I live and proudly run my business in West Virginia. I am a Mountaineer, and I'd be honored to have your business. Please visit us at bowlinginsurancewv.com for a no-obligation quote. Auto, home, business, and life insurance.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. You hear us say that a lot, but it's true. Wherever you may go, chances are you'll find a Par-Mar store there, offering everything you need to get you in and then back on the road as soon as possible. From gas to groceries and snacks and items for your house, we have it at Par-Mar stores. Download the app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card too. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
You're listening to West Virginia University Baseball on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network. Now let's go back to the ballpark and Andrew Caridi.
West Virginia trailing Arizona 7-0 as we head to the 7th inning. 3-run home run, the Big Bang Theory. That kind of be the story of this game. Jake Weghorst, 3-run shot from Mason White. But it has been a hit parade here for the Wildcats. They've scored 7 runs on 13 hits through 6 innings.
Yeah, really, it could be worse than what it is right now. The Mountaineers are lucky that it's only 7, but you got to find a way to scratch something across. Maybe it's switching pitchers or something. See if Chase Meyer can't get dialed back in and get a quick inning here.
Chase Meyer begins his first full inning of relief for the Mountaineers as he goes to work against Andrew Kane. First pitch to him outside. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Arizona. Mountaineer starter Jack Kartsonis went 4 innings. Gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and threw 95 pitches. It is his shortest outing as a starter for West Virginia in his career. You're leaning on him to go pretty substantially. Kartsonis also went 4 innings against K-State before he was replaced. Gave up 4 runs on 8 hits in that game. But previous starts and other starts all went over 6. 2-1 pitches in for a strike, 2-2. Went 7 innings against Kansas, a 1-run ball. 7 against Texas Tech, a shutout ball. 6 2/3 UCF, 6 against Cincinnati, 7 against Houston. 2-2 pitches low for a ball. And coming into this start, he had given you special 6 out of 7 times, and just couldn't duplicate that. So count is now full to Andrew Kane.
He's too much of a competitor to stay down. I know he's probably upset with the outing, but you had a hitter get 4 RBIs after 2 swings of the bat.
3-2. Outside for a ball, and it's a walk issued to Kane as he reaches, and now 8 of 9 Wildcats have been able to reach in this game for Arizona. Kane was 0 for 3 with a pop-up strikeout and a flyout. Breifogel is the only player left who's not hit or reached for the Wildcats.
Mountaineers have Cole Furman now starting to loosen up in the bullpen.
First pitch to Splain, fouled back, 0-1. And a pinch runner for Kane, TJ Adams. Next pitch outside. Adams, a sophomore from Mesa, Arizona. 7-0 Wildcats. We're in the 7th. The pitch. Breaker from Meyer in for a strike at 84. One, 2. High and in for a ball, 2-2. I think they should keep playing the guitar thing. It's definitely really cool to use in an empty stadium. 2-2. Line foul. Count will stay the same. Is that a Rangers thing?
I don't know.
I would imagine yes.
You're in Texas. Country music. Texas country music.
Mm-hmm. I got no problem with it. It just echoes like crazy. Two with one on. Fouled off again. Nobody out. Arizona leads 7-0. Mountaineers 13-6. They've been out hit. Runner on first is Adams. The pitch swung on and missed. And Myers strikes out Splain. Breifogel is 0 for 3 with a trio of strikeouts. Coach Sabins will now come out here to chase Meyer. May make a change here as you got a left-handed hitter coming into the game against the right-handed throwing Meyer. See if you want to get Cole Furman out there for the left-left.
Meyer's one of those pitchers, with that breaking ball in the back foot of a lefty, it's still effective. But, if Sabins does indeed go to Furman here, you're liable to see a couple of different arms the rest of the way. And sometimes as a manager, you go out there to, feel the temperature of your pitcher as well. And see what kind of fight he has, the competitiveness, and Chase is one of those guys that he's going to want to be on the hill.
All right, so Meyer going to stay out there. First pitch, strike, 0-1 to Easton Breifogel. Golden sombrero in the cards for him. 0-1. Is high for a ball, 1-1. Arizona leads 7-0. Next pitch from Chase. Ground ball, hit past the dive of Hussey, off the glove of Kelly, and squirting into the outfield. Lumsden's got it, first and third now for the Wildcats.
There you go, Breifogel. Reaching base there with a single, man, that just barely got past Hussey in. Off the glove of Kelly. Just can't seem to find a way to keep these Wildcats off the bases.
If it's going to be that kind of game, so be it at this point. West Virginia has rounded into 3 double plays. Arizona has manufactured offense and getting some big swings here. They got first and third, leading 7-0 in the 7th. With Brendan Summerhill at the dish. And the first pitch, high for a ball. Next pitch, strike on a 90-mile-an-hour pitch for Meyer. One. 2-1. Low for a ball. 3-1 now to Brendan Summerhill. Here's the pitch. Summerhill fouls it off. 3-2. Meyer set. Delivers. Strike 3. And Summerhill knew it. And there's 2 gone here for Arizona.
That's what Meyer will do. He'll walk a guy, give him a couple of hits, and turn around and throw some pitches there that'll have everybody kind of shaking their head. He's going to need one more here to keep this game right where it's at.
First pitch to Aaron Walton. He wanted all of that, fouled it off. Next pitch, swing and miss. We're going to take some time here. Grab the rosin bag. Next pitch, Tapper. Back into the screen. Foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Aaron Walton trying to drive in an 8th run for the Wildcats here in this Big 12 tournament semifinal. Meyer now going to step off here, heading the count 1-2. And the next pitch, high and away, 2-2. Meyer delivers, liner, left field, base hit, extra base hit. 1 run scores, West picks up the ball. They're going to send the second runner home, and it's going to be 9-0. On the 2 RBI, 2 out double for Walton.
And Walton set back on the breaking ball. That's a good low pitch. Went down and got it, drove it to left field, and kicked off that wall and left, able to score that runner from first base. And when it rains, it pours. Just the Arizona offense is red hot, and Saban's already coming out here signaling to the bullpen to go to Cole Furman.
All right, pitching change coming up for West Virginia. 9-0 Arizona. 7th inning continues when we come back on MSN.
Pole to foul pole. Listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone, but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive head first into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
WVU Medicine Children's has been named the #1 children's hospital in West Virginia by U.S. News and World Report for the 4th year in a row. We're the state's largest group of pediatric primary, specialty, and high-risk maternal care providers. And we're home to the state's only pediatric cardiac surgery program and pediatric epilepsy monitoring unit. Trust the top children's hospital in the state and the team at WVU Medicine Children's. Visit WVUkids.com.
Rebuilders Commercial Restoration is happy to see the Mountaineers get back to business on the diamond and is happy to get your company back to business in times of need. They specialize in 24/7 emergency commercial restoration across greater Morgantown, Pittsburgh, and beyond. Their expert staff knows that every second counts in saving and restoring your property once a disaster strikes. So make sure to learn more about their pre-disaster plans on their website, rebuildersrestoration.com, or give them a call at 866-535-0363 today.
This is West Virginia University Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
Our new pitcher coming in for West Virginia is the left-hander, Cole Furman, in a 9-0 Arizona game. 2-out, 2 RBI double from Adam Walton, Mason White. And they'll come in the game to hit against Furman. Cole's numbers, Legs.
Yeah, Furman comes in the game, 12th appearance on the year, 1-0 with 11.81 ERA. He's only thrown at 5 1/3 this year, giving up 7 runs on 7 hits, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts. And he's going to come into this ball game and they say red hot. Mason White, who is 2 for 2. A 2-run homer, 3-run homer, or a solo homer, 3-run homer, and walked twice.
Arizona leads West Virginia 9-0 here in the 7th, and the 10-run rule is in play as West Virginia is the first game of the session. First pitch from Furman is a strike. 0-1 to Mason White. Solo home run in the first, walk in the second. At bat, 3-run home run in the 5th, which is kind of the X variable in this game than the walk his last time up. 0-1 from Cole, outside for a ball. Did not give White to bite on that off-speed curling pitch away from him. Runner on second with 2 outs is Walton. (1-1). There's a base hit into left, and that's going to score the 10th run of the game. It's an RBI single for Mason White.
Well, now it's going to force the Mountaineers going to have to score in the bottom half of the inning to keep this game alive. I'm not sure if we've been this far down in any game this season, and it's one of those games you ground into 3 double plays. Arizona has 16 hits. Just a tough day.
First pitch outside to Guzman. (10-0 Arizona, 10 runs on 16 hits. And Mason White has driven in 5 of them. 1-0. Strike from Furman, 1-1. You're absolutely right, Wags. You got to go back to the Arizona series when West Virginia lost that series finale. When there was such a difference in the score. 1-1, Furman hit the batter. First and second, 2 outs. Mountaineers lost 7-0 to Kansas on the last Sunday of the regular season. third time West Virginia had lost by more than a run. Lost to BYU 14-5. That was a 9-run game. Lost 11-4 to Arizona in the series finale. So really, you go back to that BYU game where you lost by 9. This will be the largest deficit that West Virginia has faced in Big 12 play. 2 on, 2 outs. 0-1 to Mikalakis. Swing and miss, 0-2. Arizona, 1 run in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and 3 in the seventh. Popped up. Should be playable here for West Virginia. Barnett in foul territory makes the play. And the Mountaineers pick up a third out here in the seventh, but they trail 10-0. Got to get a run across to extend this game. We'll head to the bottom of the seventh.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older-adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Globe Life Field. Mountaineers trailing Arizona 10-0 in the bottom of the seventh. 10-run rule is effect for this game. So West Virginia does not score a run here. The game is over. West Virginia is certainly looking to avoid that. It is the largest deficit that they have faced all season. They're trying to extend this game against Julian Tungini, right-handed pitcher, 6'4" senior from New Canaan, Connecticut, a transfer from Indiana. We'll get West Virginia's Barnett, Save, and Hussey. What do you know about Tungini?
He comes into the game, he's 4-2 with a 4.43 ERA. He's still in 22 1/3 innings this year, giving up 13 runs, 19 hits, 14 walks, 38 strikeouts. And it's another one of those pitchers we saw in Morgantown. And you know how errors are through the baseball. I think as a hitter, you'll take anybody else on the mound to try your luck. And Mountaineers are going to have to put something together here to extend this ball game. Coming to the plate, looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Looks like Armani Guzman. Going to take a crack at it. And Spencer Barnett spot in the lineup.
And Armani Guzman will lead off. See if there's any other changes. I'm going to switch out Logan Save, who's 2 for 2. Grant Hussey's 0 for 2. He'll be in the hole for the Mountaineers. So Guzzi gets the at-bat. First pitch. Guzman hits it under the glove of the shortstop. It'll be a leadoff single for Guzman. White, who's been so good offensively today, could not make that play. And it's a leadoff single for Armani Guzman.
You know, Armani's one of the guys that's been in the starting lineup quite a bit during the year. You know, just kind of hard to get in the lineup with Weston, King, and Reinhardt, with a few guys struggling to hit. Wouldn't be surprised to see Armani get some more at-bats next week.
Sure. Logan Save. First pitch to him. That'll be a strike from Tungini. Save leads the team with 7 grounded into double plays. West Virginia's hit into one 3 innings in a row. 0-1. Oh, Skipper away from the catcher Guzman. It's in the backstop, and they're going to send Guzman to third. No one found the ball. Guzman's at third. And he's 90 feet from home on that wild pitch, and Guzman never really reacted to it, chased it down properly.
Well, you like your chances to extend this game into the 8th. But in the past, really week and a half, 2 weeks, it's been hard for West Virginia to score that runner from third base.
One to Save. Next pitch is high for a ball. 2-1. Fouled off by Save. 2-2. To Save from Tangini, and Save strikes out. Grant Hussey will be taken out here for Chase Swain. So it'll be Swain getting an at-bat for the Mountaineers.
Now pitching, number 24, Chase Swain.
See what Swain can do. He was taking good BP today. 3-11 hitter for the Mountaineers this season. First pitch, strike from Tangini, 0-1. Arizona leads at 10-0 here in the 7th. A check swing. They're going to say that he went, and it's 0-2. So 2 strikes to Swain. Next pitch from Tangini is a high fastball missing for a ball. Tangini acts as the closer for this Arizona team. 2-strike pitch. Swain, base hit right field. That'll score Guzman. RBI single for Swain, and it's 10-1.
It's a good piece by Swain. And a lot during the year he struggled with that slider away, and that's a good 2-strike approach. Seeing the baseball deep and drive it the other way. Look at that, Armani and Swain off the bench to score West Virginia's first run of the game.
Oh, yeah. I'll make it 10-1 here in the 7th. Jorge Valdez will get an at-bat for Brody Crester. It'll be a very interesting
defensive alignment next half inning. I was thinking the same thing when you take out, Reinhardt's out, Barnett's out, Hussey's going to be out, Cresser's going to be out. I would think you probably would have to move Lumsden to first base. Somebody's going to have to play short.
Something like
maybe
that.
Swain.
Yep.
That really doesn't matter. You got to hit the baseball.
To say we'll find out. All right, Jorge Valdez will get an at-bat. Mountaineers trailing 10-1. Runner on first is Swain. First pitch to George is a ball high. Freshman from Milton, Ontario. Valdez this season batting .167. It's only his 19th at-bat. Next pitch is outside for a ball. 2-0. High for a ball. 3-0 from Tungini.
Arizona has a right-hander, number 34, Colin McKinney. Now warming up. Strike, 3-1. Three-one with one out. Valdez swings and misses. 3-2. Swing at first, the payoff pitch, and Valdez strikes out looking. Two gone. This is Skyler King now, 0 for 3. 10-1 Arizona leads in the 7th. Pitch, high and into King, 1-0. RBI single for Chase Swain, scoring Guzman. Led off the inning with a single, then advanced to third on a wild pitch. 1-0. King, looper, shallow center, down, base hit. Skyler King's got a single here. First and third, West Virginia, with 2 outs. Where were those earlier in the game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were not catching the breaks of in on the hands, looped out to center.
I've seen crazier things happen in baseball games. You just keep putting good at bats after good at bats together, and you never know what's going to happen.
And Kyle West now, before he gets an at-bat, we'll see a visit to the mound by Arizona's pitching coach. Brief conversation, just saying look out for this guy, or steady on, you can take care of him.
Only one swing of the bat here, you make it a really interesting game, if you could believe that, down 9.
First pitch to West is high and away. High into West for a ball, 2-0. Delivered. West swings and misses, 2-1.
I think Tungini's going to challenge West. He got this much of a cushion.
Next pitch, swing and miss. 2-2.
That's back-to-back 94-mile-an-hour heaters. He's doing just that. Rear back and see what happens.
First and third, 2 outs. The pitch bouncing in for a ball. Only 3-2. All right, West stands in. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and miss. Strike 3 West. Game continues. Top of the 8th. Arizona 10, West Virginia 1. RBI single from Swain scores Guzman.
You always win when you fly from the North Central West Virginia Airport, the official airport of WVU Athletics. With 2 airlines, multiple nonstop options, and a brand new terminal coming soon, CKB has it all. Visit flyckb.com today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mountaineer fans, it's always a home run when you fly from the North Central West Virginia Airport, the official airport of WVU Athletics. With 2 airlines, multiple nonstop options, and a brand new terminal coming soon, CKB has it all. Visit flyckb.com today.
You're listening to live coverage of Mountaineer Baseball. Play-by-play action continues now with Andrew Caridi.
All right, West Virginia gets a run across, extends this game. It is 10-1 Arizona as we begin the top of the 8th, rather, here on the Mountaineer Sports Network, just finishing the 7th. Swain scores Guzman. Jake's going to have to get me acclimated with the defensive changes. Reese Bassinger is on the pitch for the Mountaineers, Wags.
Yeah, Bassinger comes into the game 26th appearance, 6-1 with a 3.95 ERA, 5 saves on the year. Reese is doing 54 and 2/3 innings, giving up 26 runs on 47 hits, just 10 walks, 36 strikeouts on the year. There's going to be quite a few defensive changes. Third base, Armani Guzman. Ellis Garcia is now going to come into the game at shortstop. Kelly remains at second. Ben Lumsden moves from right to first base. Chase Swain is in right field. King remains in center, and West remains in left. There you go.
Okay.
Did you get that?
Who's in right field, Swain?
Swainer.
And Jorge Valdez.
Garcia came in for
him. Gotcha.
Valdez, and he's going to take over shortstop.
All right, Bassinger, first pitch to Caulfield. And that's strike 1, 0-1. Next pitch from Reese. Another strike, 0-2. Reese came in third of an inning against Kansas. 1 hit, 1 run. Given up on that Thursday meeting. 0-2. Foul back. Since May 9th, Bassinger has only thrown 4 1/3 in the longest outing. Those 3 innings against K-State in the series finale. 0-2. Swung on, missed. Save's got it. It's strike 3 to Caulfield.
The Mountaineers picking up a little steam. You almost think it's a little too late. You like Reese coming in. This is one of those outings that Reese needs a good outing. That could continue to next week.
TJ Adams gets the at-bat. Came in a pinch run originally for Kane. And first pitch tap back to Bassinger. He's got it. Throws it. On the money for an out.
That's a really athletic play by Bassinger. That's a tough comebacker. As a pitcher, you're going full speed, and there's only one play to make. You got to barehand it and plant that right foot. Bassinger kind of naturally throws from that 3/4 arm slot. The Good bang play.
Tommy Splain is 2 for 4, has the bases empty and 2 outs. Passenger deals. There's a strike, 0-1. On a check swing. Top of the 8th, Arizona leads 10-1. Fouled back, 0-2. I think the plan in hindsight was to save Reese Bassinger for either a closer game in the semifinal or Sunday, or Saturday in the championship game. Next pitch, fouled off. Count stays 0-2. Base is empty here in the 8th. Bassinger, the 0-2, misses that time outside. One, 2. Inside for a ball, 2-2.
Interesting to have Guzman at third and Swain in right. Might be trying something out there.
2-2 pitch. Tap foul off the end of the bat of Splain. Guzman originally recruited as an infielder for West Virginia, but he's got a heck of an arm, so either have that at third or have it in the outfield. And here comes the 2-2 from Bassinger on the way. Outside for a ball, 3-2. And the next pitch, swung on and missed. Bassinger pulled the string, struck out Splain, and will head to the bottom of the 8th. Arizona leading 10-1 on MSN.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was going to have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
All right, West Virginia is down 9 runs in the 8th inning. New pitcher coming on for the Wildcats, Colin McKinney. 6'5" sophomore from Nassau Bay, Texas. He's a right-hander replacing Tongini.
McKinney comes into the game, 14th appearance this season, first out of the bullpen. He's 0-2 at the 3.88 ERA, 51 innings pitched on the year, giving up 27 runs on 43 hits, 34 walks, and 59 strikeouts. We saw Colin McKinney as their Friday night guy early on in the season and was the Friday night guy for Baylor last year. Finds himself in a 10-1 ball game coming out of the pen for Arizona. It's going to be a hard-throwing right-hander. There's a lot of cutters, but he will dial it up and relies on that fastball up in the zone. McKinney well. Hit him in Morgantown, and he came there the year before. So Morgantown had pitched for Baylor in his worst outing of the year for the Bears that season. So Ben Lumsden's going to have a crack at it. So he's got 6 outs to play with.
All right, Lumsden, White, and Kelly. First pitch to Ben. Way inside, 1-0. We come back and get a tattoo of your choosing, Jake.
Is that so?
Reese Bassinger delivering West Virginia its first minimum inning. Here's a hit from Lumsden. Hit to center field. Hit really well. That is in the air, and it is caught at the wall. Right center. And you know, Globe Life Field is unique by the fact that the more central right center and left center areas of the field are 410. Ben hit it 409.
Deepest part of the field. That's a 407-foot out. That's how the game goes. That is a well-struck baseball by Lumsden.
Almost a second home run in a major league park for Ben Lumsden. Hit one in PNC and almost got one here. First pitch is fouled off right side by Sam White, 0-1. McKinney deals, and that's a ball to Sam, 1-1. 10-1 Arizona. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Next pitch. Breaker strike to White. 1-2. White off the schneid a little bit. He's 2 for 3 today. Had a hit yesterday as well. 1-2. White, fly ball, center field. Going back, Walton. Walton at the track. He's under it, makes the catch. Yep. Can't ask for much more.
Had 2 really well hit deep fly balls to center. But encouraging. White's hit the ball extremely hard all day. Might be interesting what that lineup might look like next week.
It's a fair point. Here's the first pitch to Gavin Kelly. Wow, got a bend in the knees, and McKinney hits for a strike. Clearly the guys, the Armani Guzmans, the Chase Swain, were chomping at the bit to get in the game.
And Lumsden's hit the ball hard today.
0-1. Another strike to Gavin, 0-2. Problem is like, who do you take out of a lineup that delivered you a Big 12 championship? Next pitch is outside, 1-2.
That's why we're up here and they're down there.
Yeah. I don't know if you do that, you know. Is there enough time between now and the regional to get back on track? I would think yes. We saw Sam White do it. Kelly fouls off the next pitch, 1-2. Logan Save's got 2 hits today. Jace Reinhardt is really the only guy that hasn't been able to shake that funk that has had some of these hitters for West Virginia in its grasp. Kelly, fly ball left field again. Walton to it, and right center makes the catch. 3 fly balls to center field for West Virginia's hitters. Here in the 8th, we'll go to the 9th. It's Arizona 10, West Virginia 1 on MSN.
Pediatric urology program at WVU Medicine Children's has been nationally ranked by U.S. News and World Report for the 7th consecutive year. Our team includes the only board-certified pediatric urologist in West Virginia who treats kidney, bladder, and reproductive conditions. We're the only pediatric urology practice in the state offering robotic surgery. Trust the nation-leading experts at WVU Medicine Children's. Call 855-WVU-CARE or visit WVUKids.com.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success, because to us, this is home. United Bank, West Virginia's bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Member FDIC.
Mountaineer Baseball on MSN is presented by Bowling Insurance Services, West Virginia's insurance agent. Now back to Andrew Caridi with all the play-by-play action.
All right, ninth inning coming up here in the Mountaineer Sports Network. Ben McDougal will pitch for West Virginia. McDougal, the junior from Bridgeport, comes into the game. Been a good reliever for West Virginia. Out of the pen as of recently, Wiggs.
And Ben comes into the game, 16th appearance, 1-1. With a 3.79 ERA with 1 save. 19 innings pitched on the year, giving up 9 runs on 14 hits, 5 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .206 against McDougal this season.
Number 55,
Ben's been that, really came on strong as that good left-handed arm out of the bullpen. And really could make could bring him in long relief, short relief, and it has a case he might could start him a game with the ability to throw that fastball, curveball, changeup for strikes. It's going to be good experience, good postseason experience for Ben.
Yep. A junior from Bridgeport went 2 2/3 against Kansas last time out. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits. Went 4 2/3 against K-State in that Saturday win. Only win of the series for West Virginia. And it was good. Here's Easton Bryfogle. First pitch to him from McDougal is outside for a ball, 1-0. The postseason has begun for West Virginia, but you feel like there's a next segment to it. Big difference between your conference tournament, next pitch misses 2-0, and the NCAA tournament.
Oh, it's a huge difference. You're facing guys that you haven't seen typically throughout the season, and coming off a strong year last year in the regional.
2-0 from McDougal. Pop to shallow left. Charging in, sliding and catching is West Virginia's outfielder Kyle West. As that one hung up in the air a little longer than we expected, and Kyle makes a nice play, 1 gone.
Yeah, good jump on it, good read off the bat, recognized that wasn't a hard hit baseball, and a nice clean slide by the senior left fielder. It's really been a completely different team the past 2 innings in the first 7.
Brendan Summerhill at the plate. First pitch to him. Comes inside from Ben, 1-0. But there is a exclusivity to playing in an NCAA regional. West Virginia is going to qualify for its 3rd in 3 years. 1-0 pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-0. You know you're getting your best. The perhaps doldrums of a season wear off. 2-0. That's a strike, 2-1, and you hope that West Virginia takes the time, if they're unable to come back in this game, which is unlikely at this point with just 1 more half inning to work with, 3 more outs, that they take the time to get healthy, get rested up. 2-1 pitch is outside for a ball, 3-1 to Summerhill. And there's no question that as the season drags on, the travel obviously begins to wear on West Virginia a little bit. But I think, is what I'm trying to say, is when you go to those tournaments, which is kind of like a circus, right? 3-1 pitch, high for a ball, will walk Summerhill. You walk into the regional experience, you walk into the town that's hosting it, and you get brightened up by it. And it's for a lot of these guys, once in a lifetime experience, depending on where you're playing.
You hope that you get almost re-energized when you get to that regional tournament, and I think it really helps last year team to kind of be that first team to win that that regional and play 2 really good games in that super regional. And a lot of those guys are returning in that lineup, so you got to think there's a sense of confidence. When you do find out where your name's called on Monday, is we're going to get a new pitcher here for the Mountaineers. David Hagan coming in the game.
All right. So the walk issued by McDougal, new pitcher on for West Virginia. 10-1 Arizona. We're back after this.
Store near you now, there will be soon. You hear us say that a lot, but it's true. Wherever you may go, chances are you'll find a Par-Mar store there, offering everything you need to get you in and then back on the road as soon as possible. From gas to groceries and snacks and items for your house, we have it at Par-Mar stores. Download the app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card too. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that are important to our customers, employees, and communities. While we have grown in size and presence, we have never forgotten our roots. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. Our success is your success, because to us, this is home. United Bank, West Virginia's bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers. Member FDIC.
A dream can begin with any play with the West Virginia Lottery. While every play can't be a winner, every play is a win for West Virginia. Since 1986, lottery proceeds have been invested in our future. More than $3.9 billion towards West Virginia education. Proceeds have helped pave the way for high school graduates to reach their higher education dreams with the Promise Scholarship. No, not every play is a winner, but every play is a win for West Virginia. Dream big, because when you play, West Virginia wins. Play in-store or online with the iPlay app.
Please play responsibly.
This is West Virginia University Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
All right, David Hagan going to get some reps here as we welcome you back to Arlington for the top of the ninth. 1 out, 1 on. David Hagan, freshman pitcher for the Mountaineers, replacing Ben McDougal. So Hagan and his numbers on the season been pretty good for a freshman campaign.
Yeah, Hagan comes into the game, 11th appearance on the year, 2-0 with the 1.96 ERA. He's done in 23 innings this year, giving up 8 runs on 16 hits, 13 walks, 13 strikeouts, and a handful of starts on the year, too. Definitely has a bright future in the Mountaineer uniform. Really talented, smart, intelligent pitcher.
Face off against Aaron Walton. First pitch to him. Outside for a ball. We're in the top of the ninth. Arizona leads West Virginia 10-1. They've out-hit the Mountaineers 16-9. Mason White, huge game for Arizona with 5 RBI, including a 3-run home run that made it 5-0 in the 5th. Arizona will then score 2 more in the 6th and 3 more in the 7th here in this Big 12 tournament semifinal. It really just wasn't West Virginia's day, and Arizona is enjoying a 16-hit game, which is one of their best hitting days on the year. 2-0, hit the batter, and there's going to be 2 on. Now Mason White will have an at-bat.
That's Aaron Walton's 20th hit by pitch on the season.
Put it into perspective, Skylar King has only been hit 14 times. And he leads West Virginia in that category. And Mason White with 1 out and 2 on. First pitch from Hagan. Here's a bouncer past Gavin Kelly into the outfield. Run will score. And they're going to stop up the runner at third. That makes it 11-1. Mason White will get his 6th RBI of the day.
What a day. I mean, that is super impressive. 4 for 4. 3 extra base hits.
2 walks.
Yeah, reach base every at-bat.
Coach Sabins is coming out to David Hagan. And we'll go to the pen. 11-1. Arizona here in the ninth. Pitching change for the Mountaineers.
Foul pole to foul pole. Listen to the first weekend of the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship with the Regional Rundown Show. If you've ever wished for a radio version of NFL Red Zone, but for college baseball, then allow us to put it on a tee for you.
Live on the Varsity Network app. Join our crew starting Friday, May 30th as we go game to game across the 16 regional sites. We'll have the live hometown radio call, highlights, scores, and reactions.
Dive headfirst into the Regional Rundown beginning Friday, May 30th, exclusively on the Varsity Network app.
WVU Medicine Children's has been named the #1 children's hospital in West Virginia by U.S. News and World Report for the 4th year in a row. We're the state's largest group of pediatric primary, specialty, and high-risk maternal care providers. And we're home to the state's only pediatric cardiac surgery program and pediatric epilepsy monitoring unit. Trust the top children's hospital in the state and the team at WVU Medicine Children's. Visit WVUkids.com.
Rebuilders Commercial Restoration is happy to see the Mountaineers get back to business on the diamond and is happy to get your company back to business in times of need. They specialize in 24/7 emergency commercial restoration across greater Morgantown, Pittsburgh, and beyond. Their expert staff knows that every second counts in saving and restoring your property once a disaster strikes. So make sure to learn more about their pre-disaster plans on their website, rebuildersrestoration.com, or give them a call at 866-535-0363 today.
This is West Virginia University Baseball, presented by Bowling Insurance Services on MSN, the Mountaineers Sports Network.
J.J. Glasscock coming on to pitch for West Virginia. The redshirt freshman from Virginia, 6 foot, 170 pounds, will have 2 in scoring position here for Arizona. Wildcats lead at 11-1.
Yeah, not a whole lot of innings pitched on the year for Glasscock. He has no record with a 5.4 ERA. He's only thrown in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits, 7 walks and 6 strikeouts. And he's a right-hander that has good secondary stuff, is still struggling a little bit with his command. Just not a whole lot of work left off of a lot of weekend rosters, and finds himself on a postseason roster this week. And these are big outings, for guys that don't pitch to earn more innings, and not, this year, but next year as well.
Agreed. First pitch to Adonis Guzman will miss high for a ball. Arizona leads 11-1 on 17 hits. Next pitch. That's a strike on the outside of the plate. One out, and the next pitch misses outside. Glasscock ready. 2-1 pitch to Guzman. He'll swing and miss. Pitch coming in at 93 from JJ. Has made appearances for West Virginia in the last couple of series, K-State and Kansas. And before that, hadn't pitched since BYU. 2-2. Ground ball. Hit to Guzman at third. He fields it and throws to first where Lumsden's at for the out. Run scores to make it 12-1.
A good ground ball out by Glasscock coming in, making a really good pitch against a good hitter.
Yep.
Nice 2-seam fastball. To get that second out of the inning.
A runner on second, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Arizona leads by 11. First pitch, ground ball foul, first base side. 0-1. Outside. One from Glasscock is high for a ball. Two-one. Strike, 2-2. Next pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. And down goes Mikalakis. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth. Arizona 12, West Virginia 1 on MSN.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
August was born 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. When I first saw him, it was a whole range of emotions. There's stuff I still want to do. Being a young dad, it's not giving up. It's shifting. I look through his eyes. I can envision a whole future with him already. To throw the first football to him, give him ice cream for the first time. My life is now devoted to his life.
Through all of fatherhood's firsts, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Arlington. Bottom of the ninth, West Virginia to send up. Its hitters, Guzman, Save, and Swain. Mountaineers trailing 12-1. They got 3 outs to use. And if they can't complete one of the greatest comebacks in Mountaineer baseball history, then they'll wrap things up and turn their attention to a regional. Legs knew that I think you had to win this game and win the tournament to have a chance to host. That kind of out of the question now.
Yeah, I think just with the teams that are ahead of West Virginia right now, specifically, there's a whole host of SEC teams that are slated to be hosts. And still, TCU has a chance to host. I mean, you never know what the committee will do. But the Mountaineers have played well on the road this year, and wherever they're called, they'll be.
The first pitch to Armani Guzman is in for a strike on a fastball. McKinney deals. Guzman swings and misses. 0-2. Next pitch. Guzman hits it foul left side. Legs, usually you can pick a difference in a baseball game, but when it's 12-1, next pitch, Guzman, base hit left field. That's through the infield. It's a leadoff single for Guzman. He's got 2 hits and 2 at-bats for the Mountaineers off of McKinney, and that'll be a single.
Well, he had some 2 good at-bats off the bench, especially off the bench when you're watching a really mediocre offense for a while to come in and stay dialed in and take good swings. That's a pretty good day for Guzman with just 2 at-bats.
Logan Save is 2 for 3. 286 hitter. First pitch is inside for a ball. Arizona took the 5-run lead, 5-0 in the 5th. Never looked back. Next pitch inside to Save, 2-0. You know, Sabe's telling his team right after the way that you lost some of these games, 2-0. He's outside for a ball, or no, a strike rather, 2-1. It's a sink or swim type of thing, in the sense that you get to pick as the player if you're going to be resilient or if you're going to shrink. 2-1. Strike, 2-2.
Baseball players, you have to have a short memory. You always hear the next pitch mentality, next game. I mean, you have to be able to turn the page. Game by game, at bat. Every at bat, you got to make adjustments.
2-2. Save lifts it into the air, right field, chased by Summerhill, and he makes the catch. Kind of making an Air Jordan out in right field, using all that 6'4" to stretch out and make the play. Very few players in baseball in the college level can make that.
It's so effortless out there. He's one of those players just fun to watch out there. And, like Save, that's a good piece going the other way.
Chase Swain with an RBI single drove in West Virginia's only run of the game. First pitch is a strike. A 1 to Chase. Another strike. 0-2. McKinney deals. Strike 3. Swain goes down looking. Wags, Arizona has 17 hits in this game. Earlier in the year, they had 25 against Pepperdine. If you look at what their offense has been able to do this season, it ties their highest hit total in a conference game this season. First pitch, runner goes, and Guzman going to take second uncontested on a stolen base. They also had 17 hits against Houston 4 games ago. And what's unbelievable is obviously they're finishing with fewer than double-digit hits in many games.
It's hard to win a baseball game when the opposing team has 17 hits and their starting pitcher throwing the ball extremely well.
2-0 to Ellis Garcia. Line drive left field in the air. Got carry, but it's going to be caught in left field by Adams. For the final out of the game, it finishes 12-1. Arizona defeats West Virginia in the Big 12 tournament semifinal. And the Mountaineers' trip in Arlington is complete. Mountaineer Extra Innings is next.
Any play with the West Virginia Lottery. While every play can't be a winner, every play is a win for West Virginia.